Hello, good afternoon. My name is Richard. I'm back again. The second watch along of the day. This one is, of course, the FA Cup. Arsenal men in action away at Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a tough game. It will be coming up for you the other side of this. So, FA Cup third round day, always very exciting moment of the season, isn't it? Especially for us, maybe more old school fans that enjoy the the tradition of the FA Cup. Fantastic occasion. The third round day, always been a big day in the calendar. For those of you that don't know yet, the draw actually has already been made for the fourth round. So if we do win at this game this evening, we will actually be playing against the holders, Leicester City, at home in the fourth round. So that's a big incentive for us to get through, isn't it? A home tie against the holders. That'll be an exciting game, that actually. So good stuff there. What we will do is I have got your team news for you. Exciting team news it is. Quite a lot of changes from the Arsenal team, as you would imagine. We kind of expected it anyway, didn't we, if we're totally honest. So these are the team lineups for the game this evening. So for Arsenal, of course, in this white kit, of course, for no more red, it's Leno in goal. Back for Cedric, White, Holding and Tavares. So a few changes there. Of course, Gabriel suspended anyway. In midfield, Lokonga and Patino. That's a new midfield, isn't it? A new young midfield. Charlie Patino making his first start for the first team. Brilliant occasion for him. I'm sure he's going to have a big impression on this game. Then not many changes in the front line, actually. Erdegaard looks like in the number 10. Saka and Martinelli either side of Eddie Nketiah, who starts this game. We've got a great goal scoring record, of course, this season. Rob Holding is your captain for this evening. A very young bench as well, as you can see there. Some of the academy guys are on the bench. Hutchinson, of course, as well. So that's the Arsenal lineup for Forest. Then they've made a few changes as well. They've got Samba in goal. They're back for Spence Worrell. Actually, I wrote down the positions that they were in because it's not really come up there as the positions that they're in. So it's Spence, Worrell, McKenna and Cook, they're back for. Garner, Colbeck and Yates in midfield. Johnson, Davis and Zinkernagel in their front three. They got two debuts today, actually, in their team. Steve Cook and Kiernan Davis up front. So they're your teams for this game, actually. So a few changes all round. I think both teams have maybe got slightly other priorities, maybe, than the FA Cup. Although for Arsenal, for me, there's not many more priorities for Arsenal in the FA Cup. With a record winners, aren't we? 14 times, of course, and also as well, it's just another trophy we can add to the board. Arteta's won it, of course, as a player and a manager with Arsenal. So we need to look at obviously trying to win it again for a 15th time. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So there's a scoreline for you. They're your team lineups. The teams are currently in the tunnel, just about to come out. I'm having a cup of tea following the women's watch along earlier, which wasn't a great game, was it? Arsenal women lost 2-0, of course, first defeat of the season in WSL. Disappointing performance. Let's hope the men can turn things around. Of course, last time we played at this stadium in the FA Cup 4 years ago this weekend, we actually lost 4-2, didn't we? Do you remember that game? Arsene Wenger's last ever FA Cup tie, as it turned out to be. So really disappointing that game was. Let's hope it's going to be a bit better this evening. I'm confident that we'll win. Forest have made a few changes. It'll be interesting to see Arsenal playing all in white, actually. That's been the first time. Joe in the chat there says Arsenal's B team will win 3-0, no problem. I do admire your confidence, and I hope you're right. I'm not sure if it's going to be 3-0. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think we will win. I think we'll go through maybe 2-1. If you saw the show last night, I had, of course, Mr. Doyle, not in a Forest fan, on. He thought it might be a draw and go to penalties. So I think I'm anticipating a tough game. I think we might just sneak it 2-1 and be in that fourth round draw. So we are home to Leicester in whoever wins this game. We're home to Leicester in the next round. Of course, it'd be a East Midlands derby, wouldn't it, if Forest were to go through and play Leicester? But obviously, from our point of view, let's hope it does, of course, that make it. And I say I'm pretty confident that we will. But it's going to be a difficult game. It's always difficult when you play away at a championship team. You know, we've got a few players missing as well. There's no Tomiyasu today. Gabriel suspended, as we said. Thomas Partey is away at the African Cup of Nations as well. So, you know, we've got a few players missing. I'm a little bit surprised Smith Rowe isn't available. I'm not sure if he's got an injury maybe, or he's maybe suffering with COVID. I'm not sure, but he's not even in the squad. I was expecting him to maybe get a start. So anyway, Gunnar Flies in the chat. Hello, Rich. I hope you're good, mate. Yeah, I'm very well. Thanks, mate. Thanks for tuning up. You're well. He says that kit looks nice. It does, actually. It's unusual seeing Arsenal playing in white, isn't it? It's a little bit of a surprise. Can't really get used to it yet. I'm sure I will do once the game's up and running. It's a great cause, isn't it? The raising awareness for knife crime and stuff like that in London, which is obviously really, really bad. So let's hope that this makes a big impact on that as well. Mark's in the chat here, mate. He says all eyes on the young uns coming in. Yeah, there's Charlie Patino is going to be one to look out for in this starting 11, certainly, isn't he? We know what a great prospect he is. Of course, he got that goal, didn't he, against Sunderland on his debut. This is his first start. Wouldn't it be fantastic if he could score a goal again? Very elegant, left-footed midfield player. He has got an eye for goal, as we saw, and I think he's going to make a big impression in this game, actually. Really looking forward to seeing his performance, say his first ever start in the first team. There's a few academy lads, as we said, on the bench as well. We may see one or two of those a bit later, possibly, depending on how the game goes. Of course, Forest have been in good form, haven't they, under new manager as well. Steve Cooper, he's done a good job there, hasn't he, at Nottingham Forest. They were bottom of the league earlier in the season, a bit like us, and they've turned their form around, and now they are on the not too far away from the playoffs, which is going to be their priority, of course, this season, isn't it, to get promotion back to the Premier League. It's been 23 years, can you believe it, that they've not been in the Premier League. Incredible for a club like Nottingham Forest, with their rich history, of course, 2 European Cups, and of course that great team under Brian Clough in the late 1970s. Where I grew up watching that team, actually. Really exciting team to watch they were, and a couple of their players always helped me get into football, actually. Tony Woodcock, who later played for Arsenal, of course, John Robertson as well. A great team they were, and let's hope that they can maybe one day get some more glory days back to Nottingham Forest. Obviously, not today, not this season. We do want to see them back in the Premier League, though, don't we? Let's hope that Arsenal can put this game to bed and progress in the FA Cup. It's Nottingham Forest going to kick off in obviously red shirts with white shorts. Of course, it was Nottingham Forest are the reason why we play in red. Of course, they did give us the shirts back in the 1800s when the club were formed. But Arsenal are going to be attacking a goal to our left, which is the Trent end, I believe it's called, at Nottingham Forest ground, a home end behind the goal. Arsenal fans are at the other end of the stadium, the end that we're defending in this first half. Arsenal's all in white. It does look quite smart, actually. I've got to agree with Gunnar for Life, who said that there. The players are just taking the knee, as you would expect them to do. And it's a big away following tonight. Watching Arsenal, of course, supporting Arsenal is what we want. And Tom's in the chat earlier. And Tom, thanks for joining me again. He was in the chat, of course, for the women's game earlier, which didn't go particularly well. If we get through, the fourth round is the same. Yeah, I mean, the fourth round, yeah, we've got Leicester, haven't we, if we get through. Hopefully we're the same kit. Anyway, we've got a throw early on here on this near side. Tavares, left back, of course, he's going to take that. And Mark says you can't see the names. No, you can't actually, can they? Should have put them in black, shouldn't they? Maybe. But anyway, well, I'm sure we can recognise them anyway. Charlie Patino there wins a tackle in midfield. Ball's gone out for a throw. Oh, you see, Tom says it's the same weekend as my mum's birthday. This could be awkward. Sorry, mum. No, your mum needs to come first. I think, it's only the FA Cup fourth round. You can maybe miss that one and be available for the fifth round, because I'm sure we'll progress. But your mum only has one birthday a year. Do you know what I mean? I think you need to, look after her. It's been a bit of a scrappy start, actually. Arsenal had a couple of throw-ins on this left-hand side. Charlie Patino's getting involved early on, actually. Good to see him enjoying the physical nature of the game already. I think he's going to be, I think they might target him, certainly physically, I think, definitely. But you're right, you can't see the names or numbers on the Arsenal shirts. A bit like the old days with no names on the back, so you should be able to see the numbers, I guess. But anyway, it is quite difficult to be. Arsenal coming forward down the far side of right with Cedric Suarez get an opportunity back in the team today, of course, with Tomiyasu being rested. Or I think he's still got a slight injury, hasn't he? But anyway, Or a loose touch there from Tavares. Let the ball run under his foot. It's gone out for a throw to Nottingham Forest on this near side. It's a strange kit. I can't get used to seeing Arsenal in all white, actually. It is quite smart, I'll be honest, but you see Nottingham Forest in red and white and you think, well, obviously we wouldn't be out playing red tonight anyway, but certainly I can't get used to it yet playing in white. A little bit too close to Tottenham's colours, we have to say that, but anyway, it is a good call, so we'll let them off. As long as we win the game, of course. If we lose, I never want to see the white kit again. It could be one of them one-off kits, isn't it, that we've had occasionally in the odd game here and there. I remember one at Wembley once in a Champions League game, a group game back in the 90s. We had an unusual kit, didn't we? We wore for a one-off game, not for any particular reason. I don't think I can remember, but that got binned off because we lost that game as well. We never saw that again. But I say there is a good reason behind this, and that's the main thing, really. You know, we can suffer watching Arsenal playing Tottenham white for one day, can't we? As long as we win. And I say, as Mark says there, it is definitely a good cause. It is indeed. And let's hope that it can help to make a difference to something that is a serious issue in London, certainly, and elsewhere as well. It's not just London, is it? Let's be honest. Anyway, Nottingham Forest are keeping some good possession over on that far side. They played the ball back into their central defender, McKenna, who goes long up this near side. That's a decent ball, actually. And Spencer's going to get there, is he? No, he isn't. It's just right away from him. It looks like he's playing right back. Spence for Nottingham Forest getting forward there. You can see the numbers when the camera's a bit closer, but you can't really from too far away. And I certainly would have struggled in the ground to see the numbers. But anyway, we know what the players look like, don't we? And I'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on anyway. That's just gone out for another throw to Nottingham Forest on halfway on this near side, taken by Joe Worrell. He finds Scott McKenna, his centre-back partnership, and then goes across to Steve Cook, making his first appearance for Nottingham Forest, actually, a former Bournemouth player, of course. He's not played for Nottingham Forest this season. I'm not quite sure why, if he's been injured or there's been some other issue as to why he's not played, but he hasn't been playing. This is his first appearance, his debut for Nottingham Forest tonight, along with number 9 there, Keenan Davis. And Forest coming forward in this early, a good save that from Bert Leno there, reacted quickly, got down at the feet of, I think it was Brennan Johnson that was running through there, the Welshman for Nottingham Forest, looking to get on the end of that little move. It's a good little play there, actually. Davis did well. Keenan Davis is a nice little 1-2. Ball's just a little bit too far ahead of Johnson, it was there. Good goalkeeping by Bert Leno. And stops Forest getting the early goal. Of course, when we played them last time here, they did get that early goal, didn't they? And of course, that proved to be a very difficult afternoon for us on that particular occasion. Referee, by the way, is Craig Paulson, Premier League referee. Although it's obviously not the first to a championship side. There's no VAR, as I believe, either, because it's not a Premier League ground. Mark C says, Leno alert, good lad. Yeah, he was very alert there. Did well, good goalkeeping. What you want to see. To be fair, we've got to give Leno credit, actually. He's been very professional, hasn't he? When he's lost his place in the team, it would have been easy for him to sulk and stuff, but he's been really professional. And whenever he's played in the cup games, he's played well, hasn't he? So, well, sort of credit to him. Whether he'll want to stay at Arsenal, a second choice, he's not going to dislodge Ramsdale, is he, from the Premier League team? I wouldn't imagine anytime soon, but he may well be off, mightn't he? Which would be a shame, because I think he's been a good goalkeeper for us over the years. And I say he's been really, really professional through all this. What must be a difficult time for him. It's hard being a goalkeeper, isn't it? A second choice when you're not in the team. Anyway, Arsenal in possession now. Rob Holding plays it to this near side to Tavares. That's a better touch this time. Plays a good ball up the line, actually looking for Martinelli, who's playing on his left-hand side. Putting the Nottingham Forest defender Spence under pressure, and the ball goes off him for a throw to Nottingham Forest deep in their own half on this near side. So Martinelli is playing on the left-hand side, of course. Saka on the right, Eddie Nketiah through the centre, Martin Odegaard dictating the play in the number 10 position. But it is a throw to Forest, which Spence is going to take on this near side. As Mark C says there, he's kept his mouth shut. Yeah, he has. And I say full credit to him for that. And every time he's played, he's played well. He's looked, he's switched on, he's focused, and he's had a good start to this game. That was a decent little save he made just early on there. I'm not sure if Arsenal players have got names on their backs, actually. I don't think they have. I think it's just the numbers they've got, actually. So that's interesting, isn't it? When was the last time Arsenal played with no names on the back? Probably 1991, maybe, 1992, possibly. But anyway, we have got a free kick now on this near side. Ben White is going up for it. It's going to be Martin Odegaard to take it with his left foot on his left-hand side. He can whip this in with that left foot of his, the Norwegian. really growing into the team, isn't he? In recent weeks, he's been playing really well. Martin Odegaard. He's going to take this free kick now. It's whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. No Arsenal player really attacking it, actually, or we would have had a maybe opportunity there. But anyway, it's come all the way through to the far side. Tavares chased that down, finds Saka. This is his first involvement into the penalty area. Ben White with a shot just from the edge of the penalty area. Ben White there. Unusual position for him to be in, but that shot was just off target there, just going past that near post. That was good play, though, over on the far side. Tavares linked with Saka. Saka played it in to Ben White. He did well, actually. Almost playing like a centre forward, but he couldn't find a finish. Tavares is caught out there defensively, actually, and Forest are coming forward now. This could be a dangerous attack, but actually that pass ended up going behind James Garner there, Jamie Garner, and it's gone back now. Nottingham Forest are back in defence with Scott McKenna. A little bit of a mix-up there, actually, between Worrell and McKenna. Was Steve Cook it was, and Joe Worrell there. In the end, Forest do manage to get it away. And it is going to be a throw in the end to Forest. On this near side. Good for Life says there, yeah, names and numbers, but very faint red outline on names and numbers. Leave me glasses. Oh, is there names? I haven't seen the names, actually. I didn't think there was names on there. I thought it was just the numbers. But anyway. Mark C says, is it me or does Cooper always look like he's recovering from a night out on the lash? Yeah, he does a little bit. Yeah, he's got that look about him, hasn't he? But he's a good coach, isn't he? We know that he's done well previously, and he's doing well at Nottingham Forest as well. I think he's got a big future ahead of him as a manager, actually. That's a great ball over the top, actually, looking for Martin. He takes it on his head really well. He does win the ball back there. Charlie Patino was in support, but the ball has fell to Lakonga, plays it out to Martin Odegaard. To Eddie Nketiah, plays it out to Martin Odegaard. Arsenal put some pressure on here. Saka, the ball dinked into the box. It's headed away there by Joe Worrell for Nottingham Forest. We can now get a counter attack. Actually, it's a good opportunity here. It's a good ball through. Oh, brilliant defending by Rob Holding. He had to get there, or Nottingham Forest would have been in on goal. Good play that was there from Rob Holding. He's worked hard there with Davis. He gets a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Rob Holding has a little word with the Nottingham Forest striker on his debut, Keenan Davis. A little bit of pushing and shoving there between the two. I don't think Davis appreciated Rob Holding's physical presence there, and he reacted to that. But the referee's just had a quick word with him, quieting them down, calmed them down. No drama there at all. Rob Holding, of course, Arsenal's captain in this FA Cup tie today. He done well there. It's good defensive play there from Rob Holding, actually. He's coming up with against Keenan again, who just pulls his shirt there now. He takes a free kick quickly. Rob Holding finds Ben White. Joe says, although we have a lot of players out, we have great young players. We do, yeah, really starting to perform, and their quality will be far too good for Forest. Let's hope so. Saka now inside the penalty area, tries to find Martinelli. It was good defensive play there by Spence, who now brings the ball forward well, actually, over on the left-hand side there. He's a right back. But that was good defending from Cedric Suarez there. In fact, it's a free kick. He done well to stick with him there, Suarez. It was good play that, though, from Spence. He did really well cutting across. He intercepted the ball, and then he burst forward, cut inside Suarez, Cedric Suarez there, who did foul him. And it is a free kick to Nottingham Forest over on that far side. About 10 yards in from the far touchline. But it's been there's not been any real opportunities yet. We played 10.5 minutes at City Ground. It is still Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. And Arsenal haven't really settled into the game yet. Forest have certainly been up for this from the start. They looked pretty lively. They're closing us down pretty well. Oh, that was a weird back pass there from Nuno Tavares. Had a strange start to this game. Leno had to head that out, and it's gone behind for a corner. As Good for Life says, Leno headed say, well, it was. I mean, I don't think it was going in, was it? It might have just been going wide. But anyway, Leno's headed it out for a corner. Tavares had a shaky start. He miscontrolled a pass, and then he's just hit a really, really strange back pass there to Bernd Leno, which he had to head out for a corner. But Nottingham Forest now looking dangerous. Their first real opportunity from a set piece to try and put us under pressure. It's going to be Garner to take this corner from this near side. James Garner for Nottingham Forest. It's curling out towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's an Arsenal head that clears that away. I think it may well have been Ben White. Oh, it was Rob Holding, actually, sorry, who headed that one away. And we've got a comment in the chat there from So Spursy saying, let's go Forest. Well, I mean, I'm sure you want Forest to win. But Tottenham had their own problems today, didn't they, against Morecambe? In the end, they did go through, of course, 3-1. They were losing at half-time. But they did sort that out and won 3-1, as you would have expected them to. But we've got a tougher game here. You know, I'd rather be at home to Morecambe than away to Nottingham Forest, I've got to be honest. And So Spursy says there, great commentary for a good. Well, thanks, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And he says, we suck though. Well, I mean, you're through to the next round, so that's the most important thing, isn't it? Now, Martinelli coming forward for Arsenal on this near side, cuts inside. He's got Charlie Patino outside him. Charlie Patino wins a corner off Spence, who's had a lively start to this game for Nottingham Forest, it has to be said, but well played that from Charlie Patino, made a good overlapping run. Martinelli held the ball up, waited for him. Charlie Patino got there just in front of the Nottingham Forest defender. In fact, I think it may well have been a goal kick to Forest, in actual fact. I think it may well have come back off young Charlie Patino, who's been involved already in this game. His first start for Arsenal, 1 or 2 good little moments from him already. Wearing number 87, of course. I say he's got a 100% record, goal scoring record, hasn't he? 1 appearance, 1 goal when he came on as a sub against Sunderland in the Carabao Cup just before Christmas. A great moment that was for him, scoring at the Emirates. He's in the starting lineup tonight. He certainly hasn't looked out of place so far, has he, in these early stages? He's done pretty well. Anyway, Forest have got to throw it on his near side. Again, it's going to be Spence to take it. He's been involved in quite a lot of good stuff for Forest in these opening 13 minutes. And he's going to take this throw now. The young fullback for Nottingham Forest, looking for a little bit of support there. He took his time. He's got the ball back. Good defending that time from Nuno Tavares. It's going to be a throw to Forest again. Good stuff that was from Tavares that time. He needs to settle himself down. He has got some concentration issues at times, hasn't he, young Nuno Tavares? He can be a great player. But anyway, Forest going forward now. Keenan Davis tried to play the ball across to the far side towards Johnson, but it was well defended actually by Ben White. And Arsenal do get the ball up the other end of the pitch, but Forest have now got possession. The ball's back with Bryce Samba, their goalkeeper, the Jamaican goalkeeper for Nottingham Forest, wearing all light blue kit. Goes long over halfway. It's won by Davis, who looks, he's a physical presence, isn't he? He's a big lad, Keenan Davis, up front for Forest. I think he's going to cause us one or two problems, actually, if the first 15 minutes or so is anything to go by. So Spurs in the chat says, who cares? We are dreadful. We are dross. We want you to join us in misery. No depth, playing poor boy football. Well, no, I must admit, you've not been playing great football. That's certainly true. But, you know, next week's game is going to be interesting, isn't it? Next Sunday, this time, we'll be in the middle of a big North London derby. And whoever wins that game is going to be in a good position, aren't they, for the top 4? So a big game that is next week. I hope it was dreadful again, as you have been recently. That would be a good thing for Aaron. From our point of view, we might be able to win away at Tottenham for the first time in quite a long while. But anyway, we'll look forward to that later on in the week. Build up towards that game. It's going to be good, exciting stuff that will be, I'm sure. But we need to get through this game first. And we've also got the small matter of a League Cup semi-final on Thursday as well, haven't we? Away at Anfield, first leg of that game. So it's exciting times for Arsenal at the minute. You know, we're in the top 4. We've got a cup semi-final. This is the FA Cup. Lots of important, exciting games coming. So, but we need to get through this. Charlie Patino does well again in midfield. Finds Sambi Lakonga, who was fouled there by the Swiss Zinkernagel. Whether it's a Swiss thing in midfield giving away silly fouls, I don't know. Of course, Xhaka's out today. So we'll see what happens when he comes back in the team. Greener for Life says, when have Spurs ever played good football? I think in the 1980s they did, when they had Glenn Hoddle and Ozzy Ardiles and people like that, maybe. But yeah, not for a while. They didn't do too badly under Pochettino, to be fair, did they? But they didn't manage to win any trophies, which of course is the thing that we enjoy the most. This is good play again from Arsenal down over on that far side. Saka finds Lakonga. Lakonga finds Martin Odegaard right over on that far right-hand side. Finds Cedric Suarez, who actually played pretty well, didn't he? Last game he played against Norwich. Rob Holding now striding forward for Arsenal. He's under no pressure, actually. Plays the ball out to this near side to Martinelli, just inside the penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli dinks across towards the far post. It gets deflected. It's going to be a corner, is it, to Arsenal? Indeed it is. And it's over on that far side. Good play that from Martinelli over on this near side. Got into the penalty area. Looked to go past his man and whip a cross in. It did get deflected off the Forest defender, Spence, I think it was. It has gone out for a corner over on that far side, which Bukayo Saka is going to take. Ben White's coming up for this one. Eddie Nketiah and Martinelli are in at the near post. In fact, Eddie Nketiah takes a run to come short for Bukayo Saka, gets the ball. Eddie Nketiah, maybe we should just put that in. So now with Martin Odegaard just on the edge of the area, he dinks the ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but goalkeeper Samba is there and catches it comfortably and now throws it out towards Davis, who's done well actually. Keenan Davis. Was that a foul in the centre circle by Martin Odegaard? Referee says no. Davis feels that was an important tackle from Odegaard actually, because it looked as though Davis may just have been free. He was inside the centre circle, so he had a long way to go. But if he'd got past Martin Odegaard, then he would have had a good run at goal actually. So it's good play that from Martin Odegaard. The referees explained in there that he did get the ball to the Nottingham Forest players who were maybe questioning that decision. And it was probably the right decision. I think he did just get the ball, Martin Odegaard. That's a good ball there from Rob Holding, but it was actually cut out in the end. And Forest can now come forward up this near side. That's a good ball. It's Johnson. He's got a little bit of space. Can he get a cross in for Nottingham Forest? He's got Charlie Patino in front of him. Cuts inside the penalty area. Cross comes into the far post, but Bukayo Saka's there to clear it away. But it is Forest who pick it up again with Steve Cook. Finds Spence on this near side. Forest now enjoying some play inside the Arsenal half. First time they've really been in this territory for quite a while. We've played 18 minutes. This is good play from Forest actually, keeping possession well. It's now in with Ryan Yates in midfield, plays it square. Forest keeping possession well here. Over on that far side now. They've kept possession, switched the ball well. It's now back in with Joe Worrell. He strides forward over halfway on this near side for Nottingham Forest. Finds Spence on the touchline. Spence, nice little turn there actually, but the ball comes off. Eddie Nketiah going back doing his defensive duties. It is going to be a throw though to Nottingham Forest on this near side, deep into Arsenal territory. Spence takes it again. It's good play actually there by Martinelli now. He's got an opportunity to break away here, Gabriel Martinelli, but he just overruns the ball. You can see the frustration on his face. And that was an opportunity there maybe to get Arsenal up the pitch, but he's run the ball out for a throw to Nottingham Forest. It is still Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. 18, nearly 19 minutes played at the City ground. There hasn't been an opportunity for either side yet. Leno had to be alert to come out and save at the feet of Zinkernagel early in this game. But other than that, there hasn't really been an opportunity. There hasn't been a shot on target from either side so far. Shane says, honestly, I take off Nuno now for Tierney, holding it to expose. I mean, he's had a little bit of a shaky start, Nuno Tavares, but he's done that before. He seems to have a concentration issue a little bit, I think. And he's certainly not started this game that well. But it's certainly far too early to take him off, let's be honest. Let's let him settle in and see what he can, if he can, get his game together. Anyway, Spence again coming forward. Good play that actually again from Spence, but the ball runs away from him now. I don't know if it was a free kick, was it? The linesman certainly flagged. He's lost his boot actually, the Nottingham Forest right back. He's had a good start to this game, it has to be said. He's got forward well, he's defended well, and he's done well there. I think he may have been offside. He wasn't offside, so I'm not quite sure what the linesman was flagging for. Oh, he's given a foul against Martinelli. It is going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest, actually. It's a dangerous position on this near side. It's not an opportunity to shoot at a goal. It's going to be a cross into the box. But it's a dangerous position. It's about 10 yards in from this near touchline. And it's could be a dangerous moment, this actually. It's going to be Garner with this free kick. Martinelli is in the wall on his own. Let's see what Arsenal can do to defend this free kick. It actually hits Martinelli and goes out for a throw to Nottingham Forest. As Gunnar for Life says there, couldn't beat a one-man wall. No, it couldn't beat a one-man wall. It's a good one-man wall though. Martinelli in it. He's just the free kick didn't go past him, and it's going to be a throw to Nottingham Forest on this near side. Steve Cook was looking a little bit frustrated there. With understandably so, it's a good opportunity for Forest to get the ball into the box and really put us under a little bit of pressure, but there's a poor free kick from Garner. James Garner, not the 1960s actor, but James Garner, the footballer who plays for Nottingham Forest in midfield, but that was a poor free kick from him. And it's another throw to Forest into Davis, who's done well again. He holds the ball up well, the Nottingham Forest striker, making his debut for the club tonight. And he's done well there. Nottingham Forest have now got possession over on that far side. This is nice play actually from Forest through the midfield. Ryan Yates there plays it back to Joe Worrell. It's a bit behind him. He's had to go back to goalkeeper Spence. Eddie Nketiah put in the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure, but he manages to get out of that fairly easily. And Scott McKenna there plays a long ball forward. Nuno Tavares was underneath it, does well again. Nuno Tavares, now he can power forward down this near side. Oh, he just got an arm in the face there, did he? From Ryan Yates. Referee says no, it's not a free kick. It looked like he definitely took an arm in the face there from the young Nottingham Forest player Ryan Yates, who, of course, Mr. Daw was on the show last night, was singing his praises, said he's one of his favourite players. You can see why he's an all-action combative midfield player, isn't he, Ryan Yates? Anyway, Nottingham Forest going forward over on that far side. This could be a dangerous moment, actually, for Arsenal. It's in Kanakal, plays across him, but it's deflected. It's going to just run through to Bernd Leno. We're midway through this first half here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, FA Cup third round day. Exciting weekend of the season. There's been not too many cup shocks really this weekend, has there? Of course, Newcastle yesterday losing at home to Cambridge was probably the biggest one of the round so far. It looked as though Tottenham may have been victim to one earlier as well. They were losing at half time to Morecambe, but they did turn that one around and won 3-1 in the end. So yeah, there's not many Premier League sides have gone out, have they? Burnley went out, of course, yesterday against Huddersfield, and of course I say not Newcastle as well. And Leeds have gone out as well, but they did lose to fellow Premier League side West Ham earlier on today. Obviously, where the Arsenal women's game was on. Rob Holding have a long ball forward, looking for Martinelli again. Spence is there. He's done well, actually. Spence again against Martinelli. That's a good battle those two are having in the early stages of this game. And he's come out on top again, the Nottingham Forest right back. He's had a really strong start to this game. Looks a good player, actually. Looks a very good player. Anyway, goalkeeper there kicks the ball out over to this far side. Forest coming forward now. That wasn't a great ball, actually. And it's going to be played back by Ben White to Bernd Leno. Of course, not the best with his feet, is he, Bernd Leno? But he was able to easily deal with that. He played it back to Ben White. Plays it into the centre circle to Eddie Nketiah. Is he going to be leaving Arsenal or will he sign a new contract? He needs game time. He did score a hat-trick, of course, against Sunderland recently, didn't he? Anyway, Martinelli now coming forward off this left-hand side for Arsenal, twisting and turning, trying to find a way through. That was a good ball square to Martin Ødegaard. Plays it out to Cedric Suarez over on that far side. It's a good ball in, looking for Charlie Patino, who had made that run. He does make them good runs, but Nottingham Forest do get the ball clear. And Cedric Suarez is back there to play it back to Bernd Leno inside the penalty area. Just rolls it out to Rob Holding with his nice new hair, which looks cool. Now Sambi Lokonga, he's got pretty funky hair as well, hasn't he? The young Belgium midfield player, of course, new to Arsenal this season. He's looks a good prospect, doesn't he? Obviously getting an opportunity now with Thomas Partey, of course, away at the African Cup of Nations, along with Nicolas Pepe's over there as well, isn't he? Aubameyang. Not that Aubameyang would be playing at the moment anyway, would he? But he's over at the African Cup of Nations as well. He may well not still be at Arsenal by the end of this transfer window. We shall see what happens there. Anyway, Arsenal now knocking the ball around. Charlie Patino plays it back to Ben White. I still can't quite get used to Arsenal playing all in white, I've got to be honest. But anyway, he's played it there again to Charlie Patino. Locks it out to the far side. Bukayo Saka running at Colback. Jack Colback gets into the towards the edge of the penalty. Martin Ødegaard there got a shooting opportunity. As he tried to thread it through to Eddie Nketiah, but Nottingham Forest defender there got in the way. I think it was Joe Worrell. But Arsenal have picked up possession again. Arsenal starting to get settled down into this game now. Martinelli plays it to Tavares outside him on this near side, Arsenal's left. Plays it back to Rob Holding. And he just goes back to Ben White. Arsenal keeping possession. Not able to quite pull the Nottingham Forest defence out of shape yet and get an opportunity in behind. Charlie Patino now, is he going to be the one to do it? Good play from Charlie Patino. He's got to look at Jack Wilshere about him when he's on the ball, isn't he? Another left-footed midfield player, very elegant. So he does look a little bit like Jack Wilshere, doesn't he, when he runs with the ball? Anyway, Ben White now comes forward, finds Gabriel Martinelli. It's a good ball out to this near side to Nuno Tavares. Cuts back inside, gets across it with his right foot. Forest don't really deal with that particularly well. They can't get it out. Rob Holding on the volley. And it's going to go out and hit the corner flag, is it? In fact, it does hit the corner flag and goes out for a throw-in over on the far side. Good for life says, Holding, never shoot again, please. Yeah, that was... that's probably as far wide as it could possibly get, that volley there from Rob Holding. The ball fell to him on the edge of the penalty area. And it's gone. And it's actually hit the corner flag and gone out for a throw. You don't often see that, do you? That's probably why Rob Holding is a central defender and not a striker or a midfield player. He's more used to keeping the ball out of the other end, isn't he? And he's had a decent game so far, Rob Holding. But that shot was not very good, was it? And Arsenal back in possession now. Holding this time plays it square to Nuno Tavares, plays it into Charlie Patino, turns well. The youngster for Arsenal. What a great prospect he looks. He's gone around on a run around the outside of Martinelli. Instead, it comes in to Tavares, who loses the ball, battles hard to try and win it back. But now there's a gap where Nuno Tavares has left, and Forest can exploit that down his near side. This is good play from Johnson. Brennan Johnson plays the ball across the 6-yard box, but Sambi Lokonga was there. And now Nuno Tavares can clear it, but not very far, only as far as Ryan Yates. Forest are building up a little bit of a head of steam here. It has to be said, this is Zinkanakil, gets to the near touchline, crosses it towards the far post. Cedric Suarez is there, heads it behind for a corner. He maybe needed a bit of communication there, Cedric. He had a little bit more time. Whether he could have brought that down or not, I don't know, but he didn't really need to give it away for a corner. Joe says it's normally Partey that hits the corner, but I don't think Partey's ever quite got that far away from the goal. That was as far as it can get. But yeah, Partey's the one who's shooting normally like that. Well, it's been a little bit better lately, hasn't it? And he did, of course, get his first goal, didn't he, against Aston Villa a while back. But Forest do have this corner now, played in towards the near post. It's headed away by Arsenal, but not as funny as far as Zinkaneko. He does well on the edge of the box. Good feet from the Swiss, but Arsenal now got a chance for a counter-attack. Martin Odegaard plays it to Gabriel Martinelli down this near side. Just slightly behind in the ball there. He couldn't quite take it in his stride and push on, so he's had to slow the play down. Sambi Lokonga now, who's been playing quite deep, actually, for Arsenal in these opening 28 minutes. Now, Charlie Patino on the ball. Nice little ball out to this near side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's got Spence for company, as has been the case most of this game so far. Patino, little tidy ball in to Eddie Nketiah, back to Rob Holding. Arsenal just keeping possession. And that's switched out by Eddie Nketiah over to that far side. Martin Odegaard plays it on to Bukayo Saka. Been fairly quiet, Bukayo Saka, in these opening half an hour or so in this game. I'm sure he'll have more influence as the game goes on. Cedric Suarez now over on that far side. Plays it back to Martin Odegaard, and then he plays it square to Ben White. And again, out to that far side to Cedric Suarez for Arsenal. Cedric Suarez now drives forward, flies the ball into Martin Odegaard, flicks it on to Eddie Nketiah, who's done well just outside the penalty area on that far side. Eddie Nketiah, he's got Steve Cook in front of him, cuts back inside. Is he going to try and get a shot away? He is. It's just past that near post, Eddie Nketiah. But I think it may have got a deflection. He's claiming a corner, and he's won a corner. It was deflected there off Steve Cook, and it's gone into just brushed the side netting as it went past that. A second corner for Arsenal over on that far side. 29.5 minutes played here at the City Ground, Nottingham. It is Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Not been too many chances at either end. Arsenal have had one or two little opportunities. Forest as well. It's been a pretty even game, it has to be said. But Arsenal got an opportunity here from a corner to try and get the lead. I think the first goal in this game could be really important, actually. Let's see if we can get it here. It's going to be Saka with this corner from the far side. Is it bent in towards the near post? It's headed out again by a Forest defender who now can look to launch a counter-attack, actually, if they can get the ball down. That's good play. They have got a counter-attack. This is good play from Nottingham Forest. There's a foul there by Rob Holding. Is there? No, it's not given as a foul. Garner claiming he was fouled by Rob Holding, but instead it's a throw to Arsenal on the near side on halfway. Good for Life says, when we beat Forest, we've got Leicester at home yet. Next round will be a lot tougher test. Good for Life says, Tierney warming up. If he is warming up, I'd assume that's only because Tavares is maybe carrying an injury. I don't think he's been that bad. He's had a few shaky moments. Joel says, is Arteta back in the dugout, or is he still out with the China virus? No, he's back in the dugout today. I did see him a bit earlier. Arteta. So yeah, he is back now. And as Good for Life says there, yeah, he's in the dugout. KT to mix it up a bit, says Tom. Yeah, I don't know if he's ready to come on, is he? Well, he is ready to come on. He's just taken his bib off. So I'm not sure if it's an injury to Nuno Tavares or whether or not it's just because he's not had a great start to the game. Although he's done all right. I wouldn't say he's any worse than anybody else particularly. He's had one or two little shaky moments. But anyway, the ball hasn't gone out of play yet, so we carry on. Odegaard now coming forward for Arsenal. He did a penalty. He plays the ball out to the far side. Bukayo Saka just inside the box, plays it back to Sambi Lokonga, lines up a shot. It is a shot. It's just past the far post for Sambi Lokonga, looking for his first goal for Arsenal. Got out of his feet well. Had a shot. In fact, he took a deflection there off the Nottingham Forest defender. It will be a corner to Arsenal. It was on target, actually. It was a decent strike, as it's turned out, from Sambi Lokonga. And it's going to be a corner to Arsenal over on that far side. The substitution isn't being made yet, although Tierney's ready to come on there. Martin Odegaard's got that short corner. Gets it back to Saka inside the penalty. Saka's shot. Again, it's deflected. I think it might have been a cross, actually. It's taken a deflection there off Davies, I think it was. And it's going to be another corner to Arsenal over on that far side. Ben White claiming he was fouled, actually, there inside the penalty area. Was pulled by Worrell. He has gone down. Seen them given, as we saw on New Year's Day. So anyway, there's a corner over on that far side again with Bukayo Saka going to take it. Arsenal have put a little bit of pressure on Nottingham Forest defence as we've played 32 minutes. That corner there goes towards the far post. Oh, good hands out by the goalkeeper, Samba, for Nottingham Forest does really well. Langer in the chat there says, can you give a shout to Hermione Hearn? Indeed we can. Hope you're well. And Gunnar for Life says, it's just cold sitting on the bench. He went for a jog. Yeah, well, he took his bib off as well, didn't he? But I don't know if he was going to maybe put a top on. And so Spursy says 1961 double. Yeah, that was the last time Tottenham won the league, wasn't it? I don't know why you'd want to be celebrating that too much now. A long time ago, 61 years. And so Spursy also says, first British team ever to win Europe. Good for life. Do your homework. Yeah, they were in 1963, I think it was, wasn't it? The Cup Winners' Cup, the first British team to win a European trophy. Fair play. Although it was, as I say, that's almost 60 years ago as well, isn't it? They were the glory days of Tottenham. Lasted about 3 years, didn't they, in the early 60s? And that's been it, really. So, yeah, they have won a few trophies in their history, but not too many. The substitution is now being made. Kieran Tierney is coming on. It is Nuno Tavares coming off. I'm not sure if it's an injury. Or is it that's a very early change, 33 minutes. Wow. Tavares doesn't look very happy, taking his gloves off and taking his ponytail out. Not looking very happy at all. And it's going to be Kieran Tierney to come on. Be interested to know what that substitution is about, whether it is tactical. Nuno Tavares doesn't look happy at all. I'd like to see, he throws his gloves away. He's clearly not injured. He doesn't want to shake anybody's hand. He just wants to go and sit down in the dugout. I feel that's a bit of harsh treatment actually there. Yes, he had a shaky start. He miscontrolled one ball. He played that terrible back pass to Leno, and he was out of position a couple of times. But it's not like Arsenal have been playing well. Or there's an injury there. Someone's gone down with it looks like a hamstring. I didn't see who that was. I think it might have been Bukayo Saka. That looks a worry. He's gone out for a throw over on the far side. Saka went down. Oh, is it? Oh, actually, maybe he feels he was fouled. It's actually a yellow card for Zinka Nagel. Yeah, it probably was a foul, actually. Just saw it again. It looked like he'd just gone down with no one near him, but actually it was a foul by the Swiss. Obviously been watching his fellow countryman Granit Xhaka, and Philip Zenkanangel has picked up the first yellow card of this FA Cup tie. But you're going back to Nuno Tavares. I think he's been a little bit harshly treated there actually. 33 minutes he was taken off for what appears to be tactical reasons, and Kieran Tierney is now on. To be fair, the Spencer's got forward well down that right-hand side for Nottingham Forest. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe he feels as though Kieran Tierney can deal with that problem a little bit better. Maybe should have waited till half time. Anyway, Sambi Lokonga now is on the ball for Arsenal. So Spursy with a little smile there. Gerald says, our boys are warming up nicely. A goal coming before half time. Possibly. We seem to be getting on top now, don't we? That's a good ball again from Charlie Patino. Finds Gabriel Martinez. Good cross in. It's headed out again by Nottingham Forest defence. Comes only as far as Rob Holding. He manages to flick it over to that far side to Cedric Suarez. So Spursy says, Steve Perryman, 6 trophies. Did he win 6 trophies, Steve Perryman? Be surprised if he won that many. Didn't he play the 1980s? I know he won a couple of FA Cups and the UEFA Cup. Was that not it? Anyway, maybe he did win 6 trophies. Your knowledge of Spurs is probably greater than mine, so I'll bow to your superior knowledge there. If he did win 6 trophies, that's not bad, is it? Probably the most successful Tottenham player ever. Anyway, Kieran Tierney is now coming forward, his first real opportunity. Thinks across towards the far post. That would have been a great substitution if he'd set up the opening goal. But Nottingham Forest did deal with that. Shane says there, no injury. He must not be listening to Arteta's micromanagement. But I like Arteta, not afraid to be ruthless. Yeah, I don't like to see that, though, that this early in a game. It's not like Forest were causing us massive problems down that side. Yes, that Spencer's got forward well a few times, but it wasn't like they were causing us massive problems. We were dealing with it, and if he's going to make the change, I would have made it at half time. I mean, that's quite humiliating, isn't it, to be taken off during the game in the first half for not an injury reason. So, yeah, I don't like to see that, actually, unless you could see a clear tactical reason because we were getting absolutely roasted down that side of the pitch. I didn't think we was. So, yeah, I'd like to find out the real reason behind that. It can only be he feels that Kieran Tierney is going to be better at dealing with that threat from Spence. But it wasn't like they were, causing us problems to score a goal down there. So a little bit surprised that that's happened. But anyway, as Charlie Patino now with a nice little touch in to Martinelli. I don't think he's given the ball away yet, Patino. Very neat and tidy he's been. He hasn't done nothing too fancy, just getting the ball, passing it, simple. What you want to see from a young player growing into the game. He's looked very elegant, though, as I say, when he's got the ball. He's got a Jack Wilshere look about him, which is nice to see. Let's hope he can go on and have a career slightly less injury prone than Jack, of course. So he's back training with the club at the moment, as we've said. So Spursy says that every single Arsenal TV show wanted Arteta sacked 4 weeks ago. You don't listen to Troops. I mean, Troops is just an idiot, man. He doesn't really represent what Arsenal fans think. But of course, Arsenal wasn't doing particularly well a few weeks ago, and I think everybody was as you said, they're screaming for him to go. I wouldn't say necessarily most of us weren't screaming for him to go. If he'd gone, a bit earlier in the season, the end of last season, I don't think anybody would have had too many complaints. But we're getting better. We're improving, and that's the main thing. Martinelli now down this near side into the penalty to Kieran Tierney. A shot comes in from Rob Holding again, but it's blocked by Nottingham Forest. We've now got an opportunity for a counter attack with Kiernan Davies. Good defending that was there from Ben White, and Martinelli can tidy up. Arteta's out of his technical area, screaming at the players, and I don't like to see him doing that. We certainly seem to play with a lot more freedom against Man City when Arteta wasn't there. That's a lesson maybe we need to look at. Maybe Arteta needs to take himself a backward step a little bit sometimes. But anyway, he has certainly done well, hasn't he, recently? The results, the performances have been great. He's up for manager of the month, isn't he, of course, for January. I'm not sure if he won it. For December, so if they picked that year, I missed it if they did. I've been a bit busy this week. I know he was nominated. Not always it's a good thing to win manager of the month, though, is it? It tends to lead to a poor month next time round. So let's hope he maybe didn't win it. But anyway, good that he was nominated. Martinelli into Eddie Nketiah finds Sambi Lokonga. Eddie Nketiah has a good turn from Eddie getting in towards the penalty. This will be a great goal. Oh, he just goes a little bit too far there. Not in a Forest defender. Just got a foot in. And they do clear the ball away. Ben White's now in possession deep inside the Arsenal half. Good run that was from Eddie Nketiah, though, running at the Nottingham Forest defence. Got to the edge of the penalty area, but before he could get a shot away or lay the ball off, he did get tackled there by, I think it may well have been Scott McKenna. But anyway, Arsenal now back in possession on this near side. Kieran Tierney couldn't keep that in. I mean, Nuno Tavares got taken off for that, mate. You want to be careful. Anyway, 40 minutes played, so we're 5 minutes away from half-time. A game of very few chances, it has to be said. There's been some nice moments to watch from both teams. There's been some decent bits of play, but there hasn't been any strikes at goal or any real big opportunities. Arsenal have had 1 or 2 efforts just wide, deflected just wide, but Arsenal probably just slightly shaded the first half. Forest have played pretty well, though, to be fair. There hasn't been a lot in it. And it's looking as though it's going to be goalless half time. But anyway, Odegaard coming forward now for Arsenal. Finds Eddie Nketiah down his near side. Does well. It finds Martinelli right on his near touchline. Cuts inside, looking to maybe get a cross in, as you know. Instead, he goes backwards to Rob Holding on halfway. Rob Holding, captain tonight for Arsenal, brings the ball forward. Plays it into Martinelli again, very central now. Plays it out to Martin Odegaard. Arsenal moving the ball quicker now. Saka over on that far side. He's got Cedric outside him. Plays it back to Odegaard. Odegaard pings it in to Saka again. Martin Odegaard's got it again. Cedric Suarez over on that far side puts a cross in, but it's going to go all the way through to the far post, and Spence is just going to head that out for a throw to Arsenal. That was good play from Arsenal there. We're moving the ball quicker. Kieran Tierney now on this near side with a throw in line with a penalty here. Plays it back to Rob Holding. Oh, that was a difficult ball. In fact, I think it might have gone out. Kieran Tierney couldn't keep that one in either. It was pinged at him at quite some pace by Rob Holding. It wasn't the greatest pass through, let's be honest. But anyway, it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal. 2.5 minutes away from half time at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Very, very tight and tense FA Cup battle, but it's a good battle between two teams that have been playing pretty well recently, and you can see why. Confidence is high. Both teams have played well in this first half, but so far there's been very few opportunities to score. Defences maybe slightly on top. The Forest defence in particular have coped well with any threat that we've had. Rob holding a long ball there, goes all the way through to goalkeeper Bryce Samba for Nottingham Forest. Steve Cooper there, the Nottingham Forest coach, shouted instructions from the sideline, encouraging his team. I'm sure they'll want to get to half-time goalless. Arsenal have probably been offered more of an attacking threat of the two teams in this first half, but I'd say chances have been few and far between at both ends, actually. Very few goal-scoring opportunities in this game as we are now approaching half-time. Ben White in possession, plays it square to Rob Holding. Rob Holding can now bring the ball forward towards halfway. He now comes in to the Nottingham Forest half. We've lost the ball. This could be an opportunity for a breakaway with Brendan Johnson. Plays the ball back to Scott McKenna, and then back to goalkeeper Bamba. Oh, Eddie Nketiah was late there on the goalkeeper as Samba went to clear that. Eddie Nketiah came in. He likes to close the keepers down early, doesn't he? Eddie Nketiah. He has caught the Nottingham Forest keeper there. I'm not sure if he's going to be a yellow card. He wanted to take a little bit longer than he perhaps needed to. Eddie Nketiah slid in. I don't know whether he lost his footing. He did crash into the Forest goalkeeper. I don't think he has got a yellow card. And it is just going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest inside their penalty area, which the goalkeeper Samba is going to take. We are now coming up to the last 90 seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. Of course, there's no replays in this tie as the third round. It's extra time and penalties if necessary. Penalties we don't really want, do we? It's a bit of a lottery, isn't it? We want to try and win this game in 90 minutes if we can. But it is 0-0. It's been very tight, very tense. And I do think the first goal is going to prove really important, whether we can get that before half-time. We're into the last minute now of this first half. Rob Holding in possession inside at the Arsenal half, plays it short to Ben White. Looks forward, looking to go towards the halfway line, plays out to the far side. Cedric Suarez strides forward down that far side touchline, plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Bukayo Saka. But again, it was cut out by Forest, who have defended well. Now, Keenan Davis, who's had a decent first half for Nottingham Forest, running at this Arsenal defence. The Nottingham Forest forward plays it square instead to Ryan Yates, and he tried to play it out to this near side to Johnson, but it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. He didn't get that right at all. Yates, the young Nottingham Forest midfielder, come through their academy system. And he's back in the team. He's been injured actually recently, so he's back in the team for Forest tonight. Joe says there, Arteta will get into him at half-time. We'll take control second half. Let's hope so. I mean, we've probably slightly dominated this first half in possession. But anyway, we've just given the ball away there. Cedric Suarez, they didn't make the most of that, did they? Garner there. Let that ball run away from him. And now Sambi Lokonga can come forward for Arsenal. Charlie Patino lets it go to Martin Odegaard. Finds Saka over on that far side. It's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time. We are just into that now. Saka inside the penalty area. Tips across towards the far post, towards Martinelli. He gets a good touch, actually, Martinelli, trying to find opportunity to turn and get a shot in. Kieran Tierney goes outside, and Martinelli's shot is blocked by the Nottingham Forest defence. They have defended well in this first half, you have to say. Rob Holding now with the ball, plays it back into the centre circle to Ben White. Plays it out to the far side to Martin Odegaard. We're into the last 30 seconds of stoppage time at the end of this first half. It is looking as though it's going to be goalless at half-time. Saka, though, on his right-hand side. Can we get one more opportunity before the break? Saka plays it into Martin Odegaard, gets it back again. Saka, was he fouled on the edge of the penalty area? I think he might have been offside. Was wondering there whether or not it was going to be a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area there. It was Colback and Bukayo Saka It's a lovely little 1-2 actually. Saka played it to Erdegaard, who he was offside. Good decision by the linesman. He was actually fouled, so it would have been probably a free kick had he not been offside. But anyway, Bukayo Saka was offside. Shane says there, Cedric and Holding just create nerves and invite pressure. Yeah, they do. I think Holding's done all right. Cedric, we know what Cedric's like. And Regeneron says, back again. Now, good to see you again, mate. Anyway, half-time whistle has just gone at the City ground. It's been quite an entertaining game. I've quite enjoyed it. Emerson's in the chat there, says terrible first half. I don't know. I think it wasn't a terrible first half. Very few chances, it has to be said. Really few chances. It was not many opportunities at all. I think we've just been the better side. It's been quite even. I think Forest have played well. They've defended well. They've looked to counter-attack at pace when they can. I thought Keane and Davis up front played pretty well for Forest. Caused us a few issues. We've already made a substitution. Of course, Nuno Tavares getting taken off for Kieran Tierney after 32 minutes. No injury there. We haven't created enough opportunities, that's for sure. And we're going to have to start creating a few more if we're going to get through this game without the need of extra time and penalties. So let's see what the second half brings. It is 0-0. And yeah, hopefully the second half will be a bit more exciting. But I quite enjoyed that game. I thought it was a good battle, very tactical. Two teams playing well. It was more of a midfielder dominated the game, really. There wasn't clear-cut opportunity. We had one or two. Was really had a shot to save, had they? Leno had to dive at the feet of Zinchenko in that first half, and then one or two efforts from Arsenal have been deflected behind for corners. Nottingham Forest have defended well, actually, you have to say. So yeah, it's been a tactical first half. It's a very even game. It is 0-0. Let's hope for a little bit more goal mouth opportunities in the second half, and then hopefully, I say, we can get ourselves a goal or two and get through and play Leicester in the fourth round, which will be a difficult game. We know they're the holders, Leicester, of course. It would be a clash of the two most recent FA Cup holders, wouldn't it? Arsenal and Leicester. But we've still got a bit of work to do here, certainly, to get through. It's not. It's nowhere near guaranteed that we'll make it through, yet. It's 0-0 and a lot still to play for. I mean, that first half there, I thought Arsenal played okay. We wasn't really tested that much defensively, was we, really? I thought young Charlie Patino had a good first half. He's just been tidy with the ball, hasn't he? He's not done too much. He's just got the ball, passed the ball, and he's just done his job, really. So you've got to give him credit for that. So great stuff from young Charlie Patino. I think Lokonga's done pretty well as well. Erdegaard's looked lively. Saka been in and out of the game. He's done okay when he's got the ball. Ben White's looked okay as well, but not really been tested. Martinelli's working hard down that left-hand side. Eddie's working hard as well, but we need a little bit more going forward in the second half, and then hopefully we can get through, which is the FA Cup. It doesn't really matter how you play always, does it? It's just about getting through to the next round, and we're in a decent enough position to do so, aren't we? We're certainly, still in this game. I think that last one in 2018, I think we were losing, was it 2-1 at half-time in that particular game? I think we then went 3-1 down, didn't we, before coming back and just a 3-2, and then they got that dodgy penalty, didn't they, which was, the less said about that game, the better. But it's certainly a much better Arsenal performance today than it was that particular occasion, and let's hope that in the second half we can go on and create one or two more chances. We'll be attacking, of course, the end where our supporters are in the second half as well, which is always nice to score the goals at that end, isn't it, in front of your fans? So let's hope we can do that in the second half and go on and win this game. I say, and get through to the next round, the fourth round. So let's just have a look. What I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to try and see if we can get a few more people watching in the second half. I'm going to share this around and see if we can get a few more people tuning in for the second half as well. There's a few watching at the minute, and I'm grateful to you all for watching. But let's I'll just put a thing out on Twitter to try and get a few more people to come along and watch. And then we can get ready for the second half. Let's have a look. I'll just put something on. It should be, it's going to be a 10-second half, isn't it? Certainly the longer it goes on at 0-0, when you know there's extra time and penalties, there's no replays or anything like that. It's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see how the game develops. Let's have a look. Just going to put this on Twitter. So there we go. So that's gone on Twitter there. So that's cool. So yeah, let's hope the second half's going to bring us some goals and some more efforts at goal. I say it's been a very tactical first half. I don't really mind that. It's good to see two good coaches. Well coached. Their teams have been well coached, and that's what that's what you can pretty much say about that first half. I think, isn't it? Not the most exciting in terms of goal mouth action, but I thought there was a lot to enjoy. I liked the performance down that near side of Spence for Nottingham Forest, their right back. I thought he played well defensively. He was good, and maybe that was part of the reason why Nuno Tavares is no longer with us. But anyway, we'll see what happens in this second half. Right, what I'm going to do then, they're just doing some analysis on the telly. I'm just going to nip for a short break, and I'll be back very soon with the second half. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you one or two more goals. Let's hope so. Right, stay tuned. I'll be back very soon. How are you doing? I'm back. Little break there. It's a couple of things to sort out. But anyway, the teams are coming out soon for the second half of this FA Cup side. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. So far today, I've watched 1.5 games of Arsenal. I haven't seen Arsenal score a goal yet. Let's hope that comes to an end in this second half. We haven't had a goal to cheer. So I haven't been able to use my little goal graphics yet, have I? Which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, let's hope the second half brings us some goals. Arsenal are currently in the tunnel at the moment in a white kit, which is looking a bit muddy now for some of them. Certainly, Rob Holding in particular has got mud on his nice white kit. The kit lady won't be very pleased with that. Well, she's trying to wash a white kit. It's a nightmare, isn't it? But anyway, we need to get a little bit more muddy, I think, in the second half. And Arsenal now are coming out for this second half of this FA Cup third round tie. No replay, of course, as we said, it will be extra time and then penalties if it is still level at the end of extra time. So lots to look forward to for this second half. Hopefully a goal or two as well for Arsenal with a bit of luck. And let's see if we can get through to this fourth round and a home tie against Leicester City. A game which I'm sure would be covered on TV. I say the most recent two holders, but we've got to get Leicester's East Midlands rivals Nottingham Forest in this second half if we're going to progress in this competition. Of course, been a great competition for us recently, hasn't it? Winners in 2014, 2015, 2017 and 2020. A lot of recent successes, takes our total up to 14, the most ever by any club in the history of the competition. Nottingham Forest are coming out for the second half as well now. And we are just about to get underway. Let's hope Arsenal can win this tie. So we are attacking the goal to our right in the second half, which will be the end, which our fans are behind it. Nottingham Forest. It's a nice little away day. Nottingham Forest been there a few times over the years. Back in the 90s, of course, when they were in the Premier League, the 80s as well. I remember that fantastic 4-1 victory here in 1988, which was also on ITV, like this game is. Played really well that day. Missed a penalty as well. Did go 1-0 down. Came back to win 4-1. 2 goals for Alan Smith, I think it was. No, Alan Smith got one, didn't he? Brian Marwood and Steve Bold and Tony Adams got the others. We have kicked off. Arsenal kicked off, then gone back to Burnt Leno. Shane says, expect a better half here. Let's hope so. Rajendra says they're the oldest football competition. Indeed, it is the oldest football competition and the one that we've won the most times in history. A very proud record that is. People that say the FA Cup's not a big trophy, they're just, no, I'm not having it. It is a big trophy. It's a fantastic trophy to win. And let's hope we can keep our run going this year, certainly for a bit longer at least, get into that fourth round draw and then build from there. But Forest are coming forward down that far side with Spence again. He gets easily past Charlie Patino this time. It's a good run by Spence. He's into the penalty, drills across the ball, across the face of the goal, but it's gone behind for a goal kick to Arsenal. But a lively start here again from Spence down that far side. He's probably been their best player in that first half. He got past Charlie Patino, maybe a little bit too easily, actually, has to be said. Although Patino did get back at him well, but his cross was overhit and it's gone out for a goal kick. He's certainly been the threat, hasn't he, down that right-hand side for Nottingham Forest. But it's a goal kick now, and Arsenal are not going to play it out from the back with Leno in goal. Instead, he goes long, looking for Eddie Nketiah. It's a header from Steve Cook, the former Bournemouth defender who's making his debut for Nottingham Forest today. He did join, of course, back at the start of the season. I'm not sure why he's not played, actually, so far this season for Forest. I don't know whether he's been injured. But anyway, it is his debut for, say, the former Bournemouth defender tonight. Scott McKenna there plays the ball back to Cook, actually. It goes out to that far side to Joe Worrell. Plays a ball up the line. It's a good ball, actually. It's just overhit, though, slightly. It's gone all the way through to Burnt Leno. Not for us a target in that right-hand side, aren't they? Most of their attacks in that first half came down that side. And they've certainly started the second half similar, looking to get the ball down that far side. And that's where they're trying to cause us the problems. But now Arsenal coming forward. That's a poor ball, actually, from Rob Holding, given away straight to James Garner. And now Joe Worrell finds Spence. That's good play again from Spence. He skipped past Martinelli. That's a good ball into the walls. A penalty to Davis. Holds the ball up well. Davis tries a shot. Hit Ben White. Good defending actually from White. Still Forest come forward again with Spence over on that far side. Inside the penalty finds Davis again. Davis is held up there by two Arsenal players. Patino wins a tackle, but Forest do pick the ball up again. Across into the walls and near post. Rob Holding. Again, Arsenal haven't really got it clear. Forest tried to get the ball through there, but Martinelli does really well. Now Martin Ødegaard can't keep possession for Arsenal. This is a fast start to the second half from Nottingham Forest. I think Steve Cooper's got them well fired up for this second half. There's no doubt about that. They're coming forward again now, playing through the ball back to Garner in midfield. Strides forward for Nottingham Forest. Plays a short ball out to Johnson. He plays it out to the far side again. It's with Spence now. He's faced by Martinelli. He goes backwards this time. Finds Joe Worrell. Forest just keeping possession well here. Worrell there loses out to Charlie Patino. Plays the ball up the line looking for Eddie Nketiah. This is an opportunity for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka's making a run to get into the box. Eddie Nketiah inside the penalty. Eddie Nketiah tries a shot. Good defending there from Cook. Actually, really good tackle that was. Good play that was from Eddie Nketiah though. He got clear down that far side. Good play initially from Charlie Patino. He found Eddie Nketiah there. Good run. Got into the penalty area. Made room for a shot, but good defending from Steve Cook. Got in the way of that shot. Blocked it. And now Forest can build an attack of their own. A little bit more end-to-end at the start of this second half there. Forest had one or two attacks on Arsenal there on the counter. Good move that was there. Eddie Nketiah was slightly unlucky. Saka made good ground there to try and support the attack there. In the end, Eddie's shot was well blocked by Cook, and Kieran Tierney there heads the ball back to Bernd Leno. He rolls it out short to Ben White inside the Arsenal penalty area. We have played 4 minutes of this second half. It is still Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. We still wait this first goal of our FA Cup campaign this season. Of course, last season we went out at this stage. No, we didn't. It was a fourth round we went out, didn't we? Away at Southampton. That was a disappointing performance that was that night against Southampton. We've certainly played better in this game so far, but we still haven't got that goal. Rob Holding now striding forward for Arsenal towards halfway. Played it into Eddie Nketiah, who's dropped deep, playing that Lacazette role. It's now back with Charlie Patino, who lays it off to Rob Holding just inside the centre circle for Arsenal. Rob Holding then plays the ball out to that far side to Kieran Tierney. He tries to go around the outside of Spence, but Spence is too quick for him. Tidies that up well. He's been their best player, Spence, by a mile for me. He's had a really, really good game defensively there, as he just did, plus as well going forward. He's had a good performance at Forest now, trying to come forward themselves through midfield, but Martin Ødegaard tidies that up. It goes all the way back to Bernd Leno, and he just moves it on to Cedric Suarez, who's coming forward himself now down this near side for Arsenal. So Arsenal are attacking the goal where the Arsenal fans are housed on that right corner of the right side behind that goal to our right as we look. Rob Holding now in the centre circle, bringing the ball forward for Arsenal. Plays it short to Charlie Patino, and he lays it over to that far side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's running at Spence, cuts inside Martinelli, inside the penalty, tries to get it across to Martin Ødegaard. Good cover that was there from Ryan Yates, but Martinelli keeps the ball. He does find Martin Ødegaard this time. Ødegaard chops and turns, tries to get some space, finds Charlie Patino. He goes back to Rob Holding. Arsenal now enjoying a little bit more possession at the start of this second half. Shane says, would you go free at the back, get an extra man in the middle? Possibly. I'm not sure, really. I'm not really sure. Looking at who we've got on the bench, would it be Chambers, possibly? We've already made one defensive change in this game. I wouldn't necessarily want to make another one at this moment in time. Anyway, Saka now coming forward down this near side for Arsenal. He's not as much of the ball as he tonight, Bukayo Saka. Martin Ødegaard. Ball, Eddie Nketiah's first touch just runs away from a little bit there. Good defending again, though, from Joe Worrell. That was. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. The Nottingham Forest captain, Joe Worrell. Now Saka has got the ball. Can he make something happen for Arsenal? He finds Cedric Suarez. Cuts back inside the Portuguese right back for Arsenal. Finds Ben White. He goes square to Rob Holding. Arsenal now keeping a lot of possession. 2 or 3 minutes now of Arsenal possession. But again, we're not really looking as though we're going to create too many opportunities at this moment. Cedric Suarez now plays the ball square across to Rob Holding, captain for Arsenal tonight, brings the ball forward, but then goes out to the far side to Kieran Tierney, the Arsenal substitute, replaced Nuno Tavares very early on in this game. Gets the ball back again, does Kieran Tierney, striding forward, plays it out to Martinelli, cuts inside from that far touchline. Martinelli plays it into Eddie Nketiah. He's got Martin Odegaard free. Martin Odegaard now on the edge of the box. Can he get a shot away? No, he goes square instead, dinks it over to that far side to Kieran Tierney. Arsenal just being patient. Kieran Tierney puts it into the box. It's headed out by Cook again. Arsenal keeping possession. Charlie Patino tries to play the ball forward, but he's lost it now. And there's a breakaway here. Johnson, he's got some pace. He's getting past Rob Holding. He plays one to the near post. The shot comes in. Good save from Bernd Leno. Forest almost took the lead there. It was Zinchenko with the effort. That was a great breakaway. That was down that far side there from Brennan Johnson, a Welshman. He got past Rob Holding for pace there, and he played the right ball as well into Zinchenko there. It's a good effort from about 8 yards. Good save from Bernd Leno down to his left. Mark C says there, blimey, good save it was. That's the first real effort on target from either team. Bernd Leno produced another decent save. He's done that this season when he's played. That was Forest's opportunity to maybe get that goal. I still think the first goal in this game, even more so now as we move into the second half, is going to be so important. Let's see what happens from this corner. Forest corner again into the near post. It's flicked on by an Arsenal head. It's really up and not out, and it's going to be another corner, this time on the near side for Nottingham Forest. Putting a bit of pressure on us now. It was Rob Holding with that header. Wasn't really, didn't really get it out. It just went up and behind, and it's gone out for a corner, which Colbeck's going to take on this near side. Very experienced player, of course. Jack Colbeck played in the Premier League in his career. Now he's here at Nottingham Forest playing in the FA Cup against Arsenal again. He's got this corner from this near side. It's going to be an outswinger with his left foot. It's dinked towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, it comes over to the far post. Arsenal do just manage to scramble it clear. Rob Holding looking for Martinelli. Now, can Arsenal get a counter-attack from that corner from Nottingham Forest? That's a long ball over the top, but again, it's Steve Cook who's there. He's had a good game, actually, Steve Cook, since he's not played all season. Mark C says there, we need to get a grip in midfield. Yeah, the problem is we had a lot of possession just then, but as soon as Forest win the ball, they've got pace, haven't they, on a counter-attack? And that almost gave them a goal there, didn't it? But yeah, they've certainly looked more of a threat in the second half than they did in the first half. And I say the first real save of this game was a good one from Bernd Leno. It's kept us in this tie at 0-0. Forest again looking at a ball over the top. This is a good ball over the far side, looking for Colbeck on this left-hand side. He's got a little bit of space, plays the ball into the penalty area. It was Zinchenko again. Still, Arsenal haven't got it away. Davis finds Colbeck. They're still inside the Arsenal penalty area for us. This is good play. Can Colbeck keep it in? No, he can't. He tried to link there with Davis. Just overhit that pass. Colbeck couldn't get it. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal. That was good play from Forest again. They've certainly started this second half pretty well, actually, the hosts, the championship side. Nice little 1-2 that was almost paid off. Cedric wasn't going to get there. Colbeck could have pulled that back. It would have been another opportunity for Forest. They came close to taking the lead a few moments ago with that effort there from Zinchenko there. The Swiss midfield player for Nottingham Forest got on the end of that ball. Good play, actually, from Johnson over on that far side. That's where Nottingham Forest have been dangerous over on their right, hasn't it? All game, really. But it's a foul there. Sambi Lokonga just got fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Plenty for Mikel Arteta to think about the early stages of this second half. Arsenal still haven't really had a shot on target yet in this game. Rob Holding now slowing the pace down, but coming forward for Arsenal now. Picks it up, goes into the Nottingham Forest half, plays it square to Martin Odegaard. He's got Cedric outside him, and also Bukayo Saka here. Bukayo Saka on this near side cuts in to the penalty area, twisting and turning, trying to get a cross away. Dinks it inside towards Eddie Nketiah, gets it back. Saka inside the penalty area. Forest do manage to scramble it away, but not very far. Comes out to Charlie Patino, tries a shot from the edge of the box. It's deflected behind. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. He wasn't scared to have a shot there, was he, young Charlie? Good effort with his left foot. It hit the Nottingham Forest defender, Spence, I think it was. It has gone out for a corner to Arsenal. Our first corner of this second half. Is this going to be the opportunity to get the first goal? 12 minutes, played in this second half. Let's see if we can get this breakthrough here from this corner over on that far side. Nottingham Forest goalkeeper Samba is bouncing around inside his 6-yard box. Arteta looks on. Can Arsenal get the goal? Corner coming in from that far side, whips in towards the near post. A good corner actually. It's Spence again with the actually it was Davis, sorry, with the header away, and now Forest do clear it, looking for an opportunity to break away. But Kieran Tierney's there for Arsenal. Jonathan's in the chat there, says painful watch so far. We have been absolutely dreadful. No urgency to our play. There isn't been, but we've had a lot of possession. We're coming forward again now with Bukayo Saka. Dinks the ball to the far post. That's a goal. Is it Eddie Nketiah? Oh, did he miss that? Did he hit the post? He may have been offside, actually. It was Bukayo Saka created that opportunity down the right-hand side, cutting on his left foot. A great cross to the far post. I don't think he was offside. It was a good header from 6 yards, but he completely got it. Oh, no, he just got it completely wrong. Heading it back across the goal, but it's gone harmlessly wide of the post. That was probably the clearest opportunity Arsenal have had in this game, actually. Eddie Nketiah's header, of course, remember that header he missed against Everton. Funny enough, Mark's just put that in the chat as well. Mark C says Everton miss all over again. At least the Everton one hit the post. That one went completely away from the goal, didn't it? But anyway, that's our best opening so far of this game. We need to do a few more of them if we're going to win this tie. Certainly, we don't want extra time to do it. Cedric over the top, looking for the run of Bukayo Saka, but goalkeeper Sam was out and comfortably gathered that ball. We have play coming up for an hour's play. It is still Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. A game of very few chances, but Forest have had the best one so far of this second half. It was Zinchenko with the effort, which was well saved by Bert Leno. Other than that, there hasn't been too many clear-cut opportunities. Eddie Nketiah's just missed their best chance. That header from about 4 yards. He headed it back across the goal, but well wide of the far post. Arsenal coming forward again down this near side. Cedric Suarez finds Bukayo Saka, cuts past Jack Colback, does well. Bukayo Saka inside the penalty area. Oh, good tackle on him actually, but it falls to Cedric Suarez, but he overran that and then he gives away a free kick. But that was good play from Bukayo Saka again. He's starting to get into this game a little bit more. He's done well there, got past Jack Colback, burst towards the penalty area. He did just set up another opportunity. It was a good tackle actually from Garner, I think it was. And then Cedric Suarez gave away a free kick. I think Saka's took a blow to the mouth there in that previous incident, but he gets back to his feet again and he's fine. And he's going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest on this near side, about 10 yards in from the touchline. Goalkeeper Sam has come across to take it. Mark C says there, time to look along the subs bench. Well, maybe. We've only really got young players on there. Lacazette's perhaps the only goal scoring option that you could look at there. Would you want to throw any more of these youngsters in at this point in a cup time? It's 0-0. I'm not sure. Maybe Lacazette's the one player that you would say perhaps can come on with his experience. He knows where the goal is as well. Maybe he can come on, but we'll see. At the moment, we've got some defending to do. Colback pushes the ball forward. Rob Holding just wins that header. Martinelli's back defending as well. Actually, he's given away a free kick in quite a dangerous area here, Martinelli. He felt as though it was just a fair challenge there on Ryan Yates. The ball bounced. Or maybe that was a foul, actually. He did maybe lean into him a little bit. But it's going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest in a pretty dangerous area. It's quite central, actually. It's about 15 yards outside the penalty area, just slightly to that right-hand side, but it is quite, it's pretty much dead central. It's quite far out for a strike at goal, possibly. We'll have to see. It looks like it might be James Garner over it to have a strike at goal. Scott McKenna is over it as well. Maybe he fancies it. We'll have to see who takes this free kick. It's looking like Garner at the moment. It would take a hell of a strike, actually, to score from here, but we'll see what happens. It's got to be 35 yards out from goal. But let's see what happens. He's going to take a strike at goal as he does. It beats the wall. Good save from Leno. That's a good free kick, actually. Really good free kick. Now, Nottingham Forest are appealing for a penalty there. Bukayo Saka pushed the Forest player in the back inside the area, but the play goes on. Forest coming forward again, but Martin Odegaard cuts it out. Saka this time finds Eddie Nketiah, and then he's fouled. And it will be a free kick to Arsenal. And frustration there from Garner. Bounces the ball down on the turf. He may well get a yellow card for that. Mark C says there, oh my God, what a save. Well done. Yeah, it was a good save. Great free kick, actually, wasn't it? From it has to be 35 yards. great free kick. And then, was that a foul there by Saka on Colback? Of course, there's no VAR actually in this stadium. So in the FA Cup, it's not a Premier League ground. So we may be a little bit fortunate there actually. But anyway, it wasn't given as a penalty. Nothing came of the Arsenal free kick, and Forest now coming forward. It's actually opened up a little bit the game now. Going to be another free kick there. Is it given away by... was that Sambi Lokonga gave that away? I think it was over on that far side. It's going to be a free kick to Forest, just in from that far touchline. Oh, I tell you what, they've just shown a replay of that possible penalty. Colback did just get in front of Saka. Did Saka push him off? Don't know, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, it's a free kick out to Forest over on the far side. It wasn't given as a penalty, much to our relief anyway. And let's see if we can defend this. Forest are starting to get on top a little bit now, actually. It has to be said, 63 minutes played. Again, it's going to be Garner with the free kick. We saw what his delivery's like. He's not going to shoot from it. It's very far out on that far side. He's going to play a ball in towards the penalty spot. Leno comes and gets it. Comfortable catch that was from Bernd Leno. Good goalkeeping again. He's played well tonight, Bernd Leno, has to be said. Bukayo Saka now on this near side for Arsenal. That's a poor ball, though. Forest are going to pick that up. Wasn't a great pass that at all from Bukayo Saka. The ball's now back with the Forest goalkeeper, Bryce Samba. Plays it up this near side. Good defending from Cedric Suarez. No, it wasn't actually. It's a free kick. Cedric Suarez wasn't happy. A foul on Zickernagel. Of course, had that best opportunity of the match so far for Nottingham Forest, apart from that free kick just a moment ago. Good defensive play there from Kieran Tierney. Charlie Patino gets caught out in midfield, but Sambi Lokonga's there to tidy it up. And Arsenal can now get a bit of possession. But it's been a good spell this from Forest the last 5 minutes or so. They had one or two opportunities, putting Arsenal under pressure. Well, that's a poor ball from Cedric Suarez as well, but we just get away with that. Sambi Lokonga plays it back to Bernd Leno. Lokonga gets it back again and can now drive us forward in midfield. We need to settle down and get a bit of possession, don't we? If we're going to really have a push on in this game and try and win it. We've had a poor 5 minutes here in the second half. 65 minutes nearly played. It is Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0 still in the FA Cup third round tie here at the City Ground. Arsenal haven't really played that well in the second half at all. We were probably the slightly better team in the first half without creating too much, but now, well, that's a poor ball that was there from Ben White, and now Forest can come forward again. This is Davis. He's got a lot of acres to run into. He's got Cedric Suarez in front of him now, just in the edge of the penalty area. Keenan Davis holds the ball up well, finds Garner again, can dink a ball towards the edge of the 6 yard, but she's overhit that though, straight into the arms of goalkeeper Bernd Leno. And we've survived that counter attack. It was a poor ball actually from Martin Ødegaard, I think it was, at the beginning of that. We've given the ball away 2 or 3 times in dangerous areas in the last few minutes actually, but Rob Holding now striding forward for Arsenal inside the centre circle, plays a square ball to Cedric Suarez, and he finds Bukayo Saka and gets it back. Cedric Suarez again, he finds Bukayo Saka. It's a tight area there, combination of Colback and Garner win the ball back. I don't think Saka really wanted it there. He's telling Cedric that he didn't, but his goalkeeper Samba there plays it square to Joe Worrell. No, to Steve Cook, sorry, that's a long ball over the top, but Rob Holding should be able to deal with that. He's not under any pressure at all from Brennan Johnson, and it goes back to Bernd Leno. But Arsenal just need to calm down a little bit, get a foot on the ball again, and really start to get back on top, because we've had a poor start to the second half. It has to be said. We were almost halfway through the second half, in actual fact, and Arsenal haven't really got going at all. Not managed to put any sort of pressure on the Nottingham Forest defence, and apart from that one header from Eddie Nketiah, we haven't really threatened the goal. But we're coming forward now down that far side. Kieran Tierney, that's a good ball to Martinelli. Good defending again from Spence. He has had a great game. Brilliant play from the Nottingham Forest right back. He's not given Martinelli an inch, has he? Good defensive play again there. Martinelli gets the ball from that quick throw. In fact, they're not going to have a chance for the quick throw. It's going to be a substitution for Nottingham Forest. In fact, Keenan Davis is going to go off. He's had a good shift for Nottingham Forest. He's going to be the club captain, a very experienced player Lewis Graben coming on for Nottingham Forest now for these last 23 minutes. He's got a good goal scoring record, of course, as we know. He's scored a lot of goals for Nottingham Forest in the last few seasons. And of course, he's got Premier League experience as well in his career. Kieran Tierney plays that ball in. Not the greatest ball, but Eddie Nketiah's made something of it. Good play from Eddie Nketiah. He fires across the goal and over the top. That's another opportunity that was there from Eddie. He made it himself, actually. It wasn't a great ball. He made more of it. He got himself into the penalty area. Maybe pulling it back to Bukayo Saka would have been a better option. Instead, he went for a shot from a tight angle and it went past that near post. But at least it was an opportunity at goal for Arsenal. Very, very few of those there's been this evening. 67 minutes played. Nottingham Forest nil, Arsenal nil, FA Cup third round. No replays, of course. This does go to extra time and penalties, a bit like the Carabao Cup. That's what happens in the Carabao Cup, isn't it? Of course, you get extra time and penalties. But anyway, this is what's going to happen tonight. But Forest now took that goal kick short and they're bringing it out from the back. Or trying to play it out from the back. Steve Cook now goes long. It's deflected and Arsenal win the ball over on that far side. But no, there's an offside against Eddie Nketiah that time. And it's going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest. And Arsenal are now making their second substitution. It is going to be Alexander Lacazette coming on. I don't know if it's going to be Eddie Nketiah going off, maybe. He's not had the best luck in front of goal. In fact, it's young Charlie Patino that's going off. So we're going to go maybe two up front. He's done well, Charlie Patino. He's put a good performance in today, the young player. He's maybe faded a little bit in the second half. It's a big step up, isn't it? Playing, starting a game in the first team against a championship side, a physical championship side as well. So he's done well, though, today, Charlie Patino. He's going to have a big future at the club, I'm sure. And he certainly didn't do himself any harm today, did he? A good performance from him. He's now gone off and Alexander Lacazette's come on. So maybe we'll push Eddie a little bit further forward. Lacazette may well drop in, or maybe we'll just go with the two up front. We'll see. Anyway, Nottingham Forest coming forward again down that far side. That's where the danger's been. Have they managed to win a corner? Yes, they have. Good play that from Lewis Graben, who's just come on. He's got a rather scruffy looking beard, hasn't he? But anyway, seem to remember he had that in his West Bromwich Albion days. Anyway, Scott McKenna, the big defenders, coming up as well for this corner over on the far side for Nottingham Forest. They've taken it quickly, actually, in short. Can they get the ball into the box? They didn't actually play that particularly well, Nottingham Forest, actually. They've got all the way back from their own corner, all the way back to their goalkeeper. So that wasn't great play at all from Nottingham Forest, thankfully. Set pieces are so important in football these days, and Forest certainly didn't make the most of that one. But they've still got possession of the ball anyway, even though they're now inside their own half. Colback now for Forest dinks a ball up this near side looking for Graben, but Cedric Suarez is across there. Graben fouled him. It is going to be a foul. Free kick to Arsenal. Graben there a little bit too keen, maybe. He's now got the captain's armband on for Forest as well. He is their club captain, even though he didn't start this game. It was Joe Worrell, I think, had the armband, didn't he, earlier? But anyway, Lewis Graben has got the armband now. He's come on. There's not a Forest player down injured, actually, inside the centre circle, I think he is. I'm not sure who it is. He's going to require some treatment, so we're going to get a little bit of a hold up here. We've got 20 minutes to play until extra time. If nobody can score, it will be extra time. It is, in fact, Zikanangel, who's gone down injured. It looks like maybe a shoulder injury. He's back on his feet again. Maybe he won't need treatment after all. Perhaps we'll just be able to restart with his free kick to Arsenal and see what we can do. But yeah, he's back on his feet again. The Swiss player for Nottingham Forest. Leno now plays it short to Ben White. Ben White now striding forward into the centre circle, looking for options. A ball, no one to really pass to, it has to be said. Arsenal do keep possession, though. Rob Holding finds Ben White again. Inside the centre circle, Ben White goes back to Cedric Suarez on this near side. He's got Saka in support, but instead he goes back again. We've been forced back a bit by Nottingham Forest here. Lacazette with his first touch there, lays the ball off to Kieran Tierney, now into Martin Odegaard. Plays it up that far side to Martinelli. Lovely little touch to Lacazette. This is good from Arsenal. All that ball inside from Lacazette. Left Odegaard far too much to do. And Nottingham Forest have managed to get the ball away. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal over on the far side. which Kieran Tierney is gonna take. We've got possession again. Ben White plays it into Martin Odegaard's dropping deeper to get on the ball. He's not seen a lot of the ball in the second half. Sambi Lokonga laid the ball off to Ben White. Arsenal in possession inside the centre circle with Ben White. Can Arsenal find a goal from somewhere to win this time? Martin Odegaard's suddenly got a little bit of space, and then he's fouled by Zinchenko. He's got to be careful because he's already been booked. It was a little foul in the back there of Martin Odegaard. And it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. This is very central. It's probably a little bit further out than that free kick that Nottingham Forest had from Ghana about 10 minutes ago, which produced a good save from Burnley. I think this is a little bit further out. It will certainly take an unbelievable strike to score from this far out. It's Cedric Soares and Martin Odegaard over it. In fact, Odegaard leaves it for Cedric Soares. I'm assuming he's not going to shoot. He's going to try and put this in towards that penalty spot area. But he dinks it over to the far post. That's a dreadful free kick. That is an absolutely dreadful free kick from Soares. And it's gone straight behind for a goal kick to Nottingham Forest. That was really poor, actually. An opportunity to get the ball in the box, put Forest under pressure. Really, really poor delivery that was from Cedric Soares. And it is going to be a goal kick to Forest, which they take quickly with Bryce Samba. And Nottingham Forest can now come forward down that far side. A good play again. Really good play. This is great play from Spence. Oh, he's then brought down, is he, by Martinelli? He's surely going to get a yellow card for that. It's definitely going to be a yellow card. Spence, again, with an exciting burst forward. He has had a fantastic game. He looks a great player. Look at this. Brilliant stuff there. Great feet he was. And in the end, Martinelli, that was a cynical foul, actually. He hasn't really got any change out of Spence today, has he, Martinelli? That's a fully deserved yellow card, for the Brazilian. But that's brilliant play from Spence again. What a fantastic game he's had. Anyway, Nottingham Forest are now going to make another substitution. It is going to be Zinchenko, who's coming off. Probably one because he's on a yellow card and he did just commit another foul. And also because he was injured, of course, a few moments ago. He's had the best chance of this game, actually, so far. That effort, good save from Leno early in this second half. And he's going to be replaced by Cafu. Of course, not the Cafu, the famous Cafu, but a player called Cafu nonetheless, who will be coming on for Nottingham Forest for these final 15 minutes or so. And see what he can do. I'm sure Nottingham Forest will be hoping he can get a goal and Forest can win this game. But there's 15 minutes to find a winner, or we will have extra time. So no replays in the third round this year. Because of all the postponements, that free kick goes long, but Arsenal do get it away. Lacazette now plays it up towards halfway. There's no Arsenal player there. But now Odegaard plays the ball up this near side, looking for Saka, but it was far too far ahead of Bukayo Saka. It has gone out for a throw to Nottingham Forest, which Colback is going to take, wearing number 8 for Forest, taking his throw on the near side. We're well into the last 15 minutes now. Are we going to find a winner, or will we need extra time and possibly penalties? Let's hope not. Let's hope no penalties anyway. That'll be a bit stressful, won't it? There's a ball over the top there from Cedric, headed away again by Steve Cook, who's had a good game at the back. And I'm sorry, it wasn't Steve Cook, that was McKenna, Scott McKenna. They look quite similar. They've got similar sort of hair. And at first glance, it looks like Steve Cook, but that was actually Scott McKenna. They've defended well, actually, Forest, to be fair. They have defended well. We've not passed the ball quickly enough in the final third, which hasn't really helped. But Forest have defended well. You've got to give them credit for that. So fair play to them for that. They're coming forward again down the near side. That's a long ball, though. It could be easily tidied up by Rob Holding under no pressure at all. He finds Ben White. We are into the last 13 and a half minutes of normal time in this FA Cup third round tie. Hasn't been a great performance from Arsenal. Nottingham Forest have perhaps maybe just shaded his second half and perhaps deserved to be in front. They've certainly had the best two chances. That shot by Zinchenko and then the free kick from Ghana produced two good saves from Leno, who's certainly been the much busier of the two goalkeepers. And Nottingham Forest will probably feel unfortunate they're not in front. But anyway, they're not. We are still in this game. and it is still 0-0. We've got an opportunity now to really go forward and try and win it in the closing stages. We have got one more substitution that we can make. It's probably only really young players that we can bring on now, unless we bring on defenders, which we don't really want to do. But anyway, let's see if this 11 out on the pitch can find a way to win this game. Martinelli finds Kieran Tierney, one of the substitutes. Finds Martinelli, then Martin Odegaard. We're keeping possession, but not really doing anything with it at the moment. It's just easy possession. Ben White looking to come forward is the way he likes to do. Strides into midfield, finds Martin Odegaard out on that far side, Arsenal's left. Now Martinelli, and then he's brought down by Spence. Maybe that was a bit of revenge for that earlier foul, and he gets a yellow card as well. He may be a little bit hard done by there, because his foul wasn't as bad as the one that Martinelli, it's Kieran Tierney actually he caught there. It wasn't even Martinelli, it was Kieran Tierney. Actually looking at the replay, it probably did deserve a yellow card for Jed Spence. You say he's had a good game, but a little bit of an unnecessary foul there. Maybe still a little bit wound up from the previous booking that he got himself. But anyway, there's just under 25,000 crowd here at the City Ground today. Decent attendance, good support from Arsenal as well behind that goal to our right, where Arsenal are attacking in the second half. Not been a lot for the Arsenal fans to be excited about at all in this game. But we might have a chance here. Bukayo Saka's in behind, inside the penalty. Bukayo Saka is just going to be the moment. Plays it across the box. Good defending again. Lacazette was coming in. Really good defending from Joe Worrell, actually. It's gone out for a goal kick. That was our most dangerous moment of this game so far. It was a ball over top from Ben White. Good run from Bukayo Saka. He was onside. He got there first. Maybe could have dinked it over the keeper first time with his right foot. Instead, he played it across the Lacazette on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a decent ball, actually. Lacazette couldn't quite get there first. Joe Worrell was in front of him, and the ball's gone out for a goal kick. Maybe Saka could have hit that first time and lobbed it over the keeper, who was in no man's land, actually, when that ball came through. But anyway, he didn't manage to do that, and in the end, he's gone behind for a goal kick to Forest. But that was probably the closest we've come to a goal, maybe, in this second half. That header from Eddie Nketiah didn't go nowhere near the goal, really, did it? That was our best chance, probably. But anyway, it's going to be a goal kick now by Bryce Samba. Goes long for Forest, deep into the Arsenal half. A header from Sambi Lokonga. It's going to go out for a throw on this near side to Nottingham Forest. Let's see what these final 10 minutes or so are going to bring. Are we going to get a winning goal? Hopefully, if we do, it's going to be from the team in the all-white kit. Looks a bit like England, actually, let's be fair. Nearly a mistake there from Ben White. Good defensive cover there from Rob Holding. But again, Arsenal give the ball away, panicking a little bit sometimes in possession. Forest to pick the ball up again. This is good play, actually, from Lewis grabbing on this near side. Good play that from Bukayo Saka. Wins it back for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard now. Was he caught there? I think he was. Nottingham Forest thought they'd won the ball high up the pitch. We're going to get an opportunity there for a strike at goal. But the referee, Craig Paulson, has given a free kick. It was a foul by Jack Colback, I think it was, on Martin Odegaard. It was. He did just catch him. And that contributed to Odegaard losing the ball to Lewis Grabban. But anyway, we are now into the final 10 minutes here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. It's been a tense, it's been a tight game. Forest have had the better chances in the second half, but it's still 0-0. Arsenal coming forward now. Martinelli, he's forced back actually into his own half. Arsenal looking just to try to get the ball forward if we can on this near side. Bukayo Saka under pressure from Colbeck does win the header, but it goes back to goalkeeper Bryce Samba, who plays it out to that far side. It's flicked on. I think he's offside. He is offside indeed there. Who was it over on that far side? Might have been Johnson who was caught offside. And it's a free kick to Arsenal, taken quickly, maybe too quickly. Anyway, good play that was there from Ben White. Finds Kieran Tierney over on that far side. But again, Nottingham Forest force us backwards to Rob Holding, back into Ben White, deep inside the Arsenal half. 8.5 minutes of normal time remaining. We don't really want extra time, do we? When you think we've got a busy schedule coming up, the 2 League Cup semi-final legs either side of a North London derby. We don't really want extra time here tonight. Anyway, Cedric Suarez now in possession for Arsenal. Let's hope we can get this winning goal in the next 8.5 minutes. been a few times I've gone to extra time. Again, Arsenal give the ball away. Sambi Lokonga in midfield. Nottingham Forest have now got an opportunity, have they? Again, it's over on that far side. Across the 6-yard box. Oh, they've scored. It's Lewis Grabban. Nottingham Forest have got the goal. 7.5 minutes to play. Is that going to be the moment that sends Arsenal out of the FA Cup? There's fans on the pitch celebrating. There's absolute bedlam here at the City Ground. Forest fans are on the pitch celebrating that goal from Lewis Grabban. It was Samuel Lokonga gave the ball away. Really, really poor that was. Nottingham Forest broke away. I think it was Johnson over on that far side. Put a great ball in, and it was Lewis Grabban with a finish. It was Samuel Lokonga there. Tried to do something a little bit too clever in midfield. Lost the ball. He came over to that far side. A great cross in. And a good run from Grabban in between at the two Arsenal defenders, which was Cedric and Ben White. Outstretched foot, and nothing Leno could do about that. It was Yates actually with a cross in, Ryan Yates it was. And he stretched, full stretch there, Lewis Grabban, to get on the end of that. It was Sambi Lokonga claiming a handball actually, with the Nottingham Forest player Garner. It sort of hit him on the top of the shoulder, I think. Anyway, the goal stands. And Arsenal are now very, very close to be going out of the FA Cup at the third round. It'll be the second time in a row and lost. And that was a poor goal to give away, it has to be said. But Nottingham Forest probably do deserve it for their second half performance. They've probably been the better team. Shane says terrible, shocking. Yep, it has been pretty shocking. That goal was a bad goal to concede, wasn't it? Good finish though. But Arsenal now got a free kick on this near side. Have we got time to find an equaliser, get back into this tie? Now we want extra time. We didn't want extra time a few minutes ago. We wanted to win it, but now I think we'd all take extra time, wouldn't we? It's going to be Cedric Suarez with his free kick on the near side. Let's have better than his last one, which was absolutely terrible. Let's see if the delivery is any better. It is better towards the far post. Header comes in. I think it was Rob Holding, was it? But it's gone harmlessly wide. In fact, it's gone out for a corner, I think, to Arsenal. Showing a bit of urgency now. It is a corner on this near side. Martin Odegaard is going to take this. Can Arsenal salvage something from this? What's been a disappointing night so far in Nottingham? It's going to be Martin Odegaard with his corner in towards the near post, headed out by a Nottingham Forest defender, only as far as Saka. Martin Odegaard tries to put the ball back in, but it's not. It's more up than into the box, and Forest can clear it away again. And they're going to try and launch a counter-attack themselves. This is good play by Johnson down this near side. Really good play by Johnson. He's got away from Cedric Suarez into the penalty area. He's very wide. Good play that was. They've got a lot of pace, this Forest team, haven't they? They've got a real lot of pace. They've played well tonight, you have to say. And Johnson has had a good game as well, the young Welshman. He's just won himself a throwdown in the bottom corner in front of those Nottingham Forest fans in that corner. They did, of course, run on the pitch just a moment ago, celebrating that goal. They are now very close to another upset in the FA Cup, another victory over Arsenal. The second time in 4 years they would have beaten us at this stage of the competition. It proved to be Arsene Wenger's last FA Cup tie. Will Arteta be around for another one next season? We're not sure yet. There's a lot of football to be played. Anyway, it is a throw to Arsenal now. In their defensive third on this near side, Cedric Suarez is going to take it. The Forest fans are really cheering their side home. Can they hold on for another famous FA Cup victory, or can Arsenal find something to stay in this competition? We are, as I said, the record holders. We want to give the ball away again. The ball's played forward there. It's a chase on for Eddie Nketiah, but goalkeeper Samba's out. A long ball there. And Mark C says there, we haven't looked at the races at all today. We have been slow. We haven't created hardly anything, have we? It's been a pretty flat performance actually from Arsenal. A few changes to the team, maybe that hasn't helped. But we're going to lose the momentum that we built up just before Christmas. Tom says there, I don't understand how we can be this bad. We've not had a shot on target. And I don't think we have. I think you're right. We haven't had a shot on target yet. That is poor, isn't it? But there's still a little bit of time left, 3.5 minutes of normal time. But Forest have got a throw over on the far side. It has been a poor performance from Arsenal, certainly in the attacking sense. And it was poor defensively to give away that goal as well. You can see one or two big players missing. We haven't been able to compensate for that, have we? And we are now just very, very close to going out of the FA Cup at the third round stage. Once again, we didn't do very well in this competition last year either, did we? But anyway, Arteta did win it, of course, the year before, but now Eddie Nketiah is chasing down the defender there, McKenna, but he does get it back to the goalkeeper. Surely that's a back pass. How's that not a back pass? It looked like he passed it back to the goalkeeper. The referee is getting some instruction, but we're carrying on anyway. Looked like that was just a back pass. Did it come off his thigh? Does that make a difference? I'm not really sure, but anyway, it wasn't given as a free kick. But Leno's got the ball now, and he plays it short to Ben White. Arsenal are running out of time. If we are going to get an equaliser and take this tie to extra time, which is probably the best we can hope for now. But Forest now looking to maybe get a second goal. It's Lewis Grabban again on the edge of the penalty. Lewis Grabban with a chance to seal it. Shot's blocked. Arsenal haven't really got it clear, but now we've got an opportunity to. Lacazette finds Bukayo Saka, does well. Martin Odegaard plays it forward, looking for Eddie Nketiah. It runs away from him. We are now into the final 2 minutes. If we are going to salvage something here, it's going to be late, isn't it? Mark C says there, no cutting edge up front. Forest have looked pretty comfortable at the back all afternoon. They have. And they've looked as threat going forward as well. Lewis Grabban there with the opportunity to get a second goal. Good defending it was from Rob Holding. Got in the way of that effort. Grabban, of course, who's got the only goal of this game. Looks like it's going to probably be the winning goal that knocks Arsenal out as well. And you have to say Arsenal probably got what we deserved from this game. It's not been a great performance, has it? Again, maybe the team selection could be looked at, but with the players missing anyway, I guess you can't really do a lot about that. Kieran Tierney across to the box towards the near post. Nobody gambling around there. Eddie Nketiah ran to the near post. When he didn't get the ball, someone needs to be running behind him. He just centre forward in there behind him. Lacazette should have been there, attacking that near post behind Eddie Nketiah in case the ball fell. Nobody there. Would have had a simple tap in. And we are a minute away from the end of normal time, and we are bringing on, wait for it, you'll like this, Sead Kolasinac. He is coming on for the final few minutes. I'm not quite sure how this has happened, but he's coming on. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work or if he's likely to get us the goal that we need to take this game to extra time. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. He is about to come on by the look of it. He's stripped and ready. Sead Kolasinac, we're into the last minute of the 90. Sambi Lokonga now coming forward for Arsenal. Is it going to be late drama here at the City ground? Cedric Suarez finds Bukayo Saka on his near side. Can he get across into the box? He plays the ball in to Martin Odegaard. He gets it back. Saka, it runs away from him. Forest will clear it away. We're into the last 30 seconds of normal time. But Leno has now got the ball deep inside the Arsenal half. It's going to probably be 4 minutes of stoppage time to come. And Mark C says that it shows our lack of striking options. It does. It does indeed. But Martinelli's been quiet tonight, hasn't he? We've had Martinelli in the team. He's been scoring goals. Saka's been scoring goals. You know, Eddie Nketiah got a hat-trick against Sunderland, didn't he, last time out? Lacazette scored a few. So this team's got goals in it. We just haven't created anything. We are now in the 90 minutes. It's only going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. If Arsenal are going to save themselves, they're going to have to do it now. Lacazette with the ball. Has it taken off him, though? Again, not really good enough from Arsenal. Ben White inside the centre circle, showing no real urgency, but pings it out to that far side, looking for Martinelli. But Spence is there again. He has clearly been the man of the match in this game, and if they give it to anybody else, then it's an absolute travesty. But anyway, it is a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. The Nottingham Forest fans are keeping the ball, and they're not going to give it back. But Sead Kolasinac is coming on now for these final few minutes. I'm not sure who's gone off. We're going free at the back. Cedric Suarez has gone off. I think it's going to be a free at the back there. Kolasinac is telling everybody we are into stoppage time. There's going to be a bit more added on now because Nottingham Forest fans just aren't giving the ball back, but they have now. Kieran Tierney's actually had to go into the crowd to get the ball to take this throw in. It was a young child that gave him back the ball when the other Forest fans didn't really want it. But anyway, we have got this opportunity now. We've played 1 minute of stoppage time out of the 3. There'll probably be a little bit more added on for that stop there for the fans keeping the ball. Kieran Tierney with a long throw towards the near post. It's a Nottingham Forest head, flicks it on, and then Spence can complete the clearance up towards halfway. It's headed on by Kolasinac, I think that was. It goes out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. We've gone through it at the back. This is Kolasinac now, plays it square to Rob Holding. Arsenal in possession, but not putting the ball into a dangerous area at all. It's now back with Rob Holding, plays it out to that far side to Martinelli. Is this going to be the opportunity for Arsenal? Kieran Tierney. Again, it's good defending by Forest. Can they prevent a corner? They can. Spence now completes the clear. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal again. Pretty much the same place it went out before. Are the fans going to give it back any quicker this time? They have. Kieran Tierney's lining this one up again. We are into the last minute of the free of stoppage time. Rob Holding's going up. Stick Bert Leno in there. Do anything. We need to score a goal. The throw comes in. It's flicked on that near post, but it's away by Forest again. Is Erdegaard going to pick it up? No, he's not. It's going to be a foul anyway to Nottingham Forest. I'm not quite sure what that was given for. In fact, I think it's a foul throw by Kieran Tierney. We've got our friend So Spursy in the chat there. 1-0, yes. He says Arsenal are going home. They're going. Well, obviously we're going home. We'd have to go home anyway because we're away. And he does a little house there as well. That's nice. But there's still time yet. There's still 30 seconds of stoppage time. There'll be a little bit more as well now because of that messing around with the ball just a short time ago. But Nottingham Forest fans are getting ready to celebrate a big victory for them and a big defeat for Arsenal. But is there going to be one more chance? The ball's gone back into the arms of goalkeeper Bryce Samba. And we have now played at the 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's just whatever the referee is going to add on over and beyond that. We are on the brink of exit from the FA Cup third round for the second time in 4 years here at Nottingham Forest. We can't get the ball. We've got it now, but we're going to have to get it forward or the whistle's going to blow. Rob Holding tries to get it forward. It strikes Nottingham Forest plan. I think that's going to be it. There can't be very long left now. We've already played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. It looks as though Lewis Graben's goal is going to decide this game. Still we play on. Are we going to get an opportunity for a chance? No, we're not. The final whistle's gone. It's finished. Arsenal are out of the FA Cup at the third round stage. It's finished. Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0. Lewis Graben it was with the goal there. Mark says there's no rhythm. We've been out of sorts all game. Nothing redeeming of any note that we can take from this game. Emerson says there, I think we deserved that. Yeah, we definitely did deserve that. Forest were a better team, certainly in the second half. Emerson said the awful performance it was. Glad we never went actually now. So Spursy says, this is pathetic for you guys. Troops wants Arteta out. Well, don't listen to Troops. I keep telling you, he's an idiot. Don't listen to him. It doesn't matter what he says. So Spursy says, Nuno in. So Spursy says, AFTV screaming. I'm sure they probably are. Phil says they're out with a whimper. Yeah, we were out with a whimper there. Not one shot on target, I believe, in the whole game. Not really good enough, is it, for Arsenal? Tom says there, well, that was horrendous. I know we thought the women's game was bad. This was probably worse in many ways. And certainly more damaging, I think, as well, getting knocked out of the FA Cup. Forest deserved it, you have to say. They played really well, especially in that second half. They created the best 3 or 4 chances, got the goal. And, yeah, that was nowhere near good enough from Arsenal at all. Really poor, in actual fact. A terrible performance. And Tom says there, no, not one. No, I didn't think there was. Shane says there, never want to see Holding, Cedric and Eddie play for Arsenal again. What a Spurs fan must be like playing shit in a white kit. Yeah, maybe that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, perhaps it is. Maybe it's playing in a white kit that doesn't it. Maybe we did think we were Spurs and decided to play like Spurs. Yeah, that wasn't really good enough, was it? I expect us to come out in the second half and really put the pressure on and really go for it and get through, but it didn't work out like that at all. I thought Forest played really well, actually. I thought they defended really well and they looked to threat constantly going forward, didn't they? They had pace and they had quality as well. And it was them that got the goal. It was a well-worked goal, actually, as well. It was good play. Down that right-hand side. Samuel Okonga gave the ball away. Maybe he tried to do a little flick. It didn't pay off. Forest won the ball back. The cross came in from that far side. It was Ryan Yates with the cross. And it was substitute Lewis Graben, who stretched that full stretch about 6 yards, poked the ball past Bernd Leno, and just to complete Arsenal's misery. It's been a poor day, hasn't it? The women lost 2-0, lost their unbeaten run in at the WSL. The men have just lost 1-0 here at Nottingham Forest to go out of the FA Cup. Rajandra says there, we need to get Spence. Well, he was a good player, wasn't he? You look at the 2 right backs on display tonight. Our right back, Cedric Suarez, clearly is not up to the job. Their right back, Jen Spence, was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant performance from him. And it is Nottingham Forest that have gone through. so disappointing because the FA Cup's a great tournament. It's a competition that we've done so well in recent years as well. It kept our Arsene Wenger in his job a little bit longer by winning it a few times. It kept Arteta in his job as well. I think maybe the fact he'd won the FA Cup gave him a little bit more leeway. But second year in a row, we've gone out with a whimper. And this time it's to a championship side as well. But no disrespect to Nottingham Forest. I thought they were brilliant tonight. I thought they deserved to win that game. Their second half performance in particular fully deserved that win. And good luck to Forest in the next round. A local derby for them against Leicester. So I'm sure they'll look forward to that. But not good enough from Arsenal at all. No one from Arsenal played well. In fact, I would say our best player tonight was probably Bernd Leno. He made 2 or 3 decent saves, didn't he? That kept it at 0-0 for a bit longer than it was. He could do nothing about the goal. If we're going to look through quickly, then give some player ratings out. I would say Leno, he was probably our best player. I'd say maybe a 7 for him. He didn't have a lot to do, but he did make 2 really good saves. So maybe a 7 for him. He looked pretty neat and tidy all the way through. The back 4 wasn't great. Well, Cedric, not really good enough. Probably a 4 for him. The 2 centre-backs, White and Holding. White was okay. Holding was okay. Maybe a 5 each for them two. Tavares only lasted half an hour until they took him off. Very poor from him. I'd say give him a 4 or 5. Probably a 4. Not really good enough. Midfield, we wasn't that great. Rui Lokonga looked a little bit lost. He started off playing a little bit deeper. Maybe a 5 for Lokonga. Patino looked quite lively in the first half. Maybe a 6 for him. Ran out of steam a little bit in the second half. Ødegaard, again, didn't really get in the game. Didn't have enough influence. I would say maybe a 5 for him. And the front 3 never really got going, did they? Martinelli was absolutely pocketed, wasn't he, by Spence today? It's probably a 5 for Martinelli. Saka didn't get much of the ball, did he? He had some good moments. His quality of delivery wasn't as good as we'd expect from him. Maybe a 6 for Bukayo Saka. And Eddie Nketiah missed our one good chance, didn't he? That header from the cross from Saka, and he put it well wide. So probably a 5 for Nketiah as well. The substitutes who came on, Kieran Tierney, he did okay, didn't he? Maybe a 6 for him. Lacazette didn't really get in the game at all, did he? Wasn't in the position to score. We had an opportunity later on in the game. Had he pushed himself to get into the near post, he may have scored. So maybe a 5 for Lacazette. And Kolasinac was only on for the last couple of minutes. I think he touched the ball once. So you'd probably only be able to give him maybe a 3 or a 4. Strange substitution. That changes shape to the team. Do it a bit earlier, Mikel. If you're going to change to a 3 at the back, do it after they scored straight away, or even before when it was 0-0. We had to win the game. It's an FA Cup side. Do you know what I mean? Regina says the players not match fit really. Their passing was out. Corners were awful. I think what you've got to remember is, and this is a problem that I was saying a few weeks ago, Mikel Arteta has been reluctant to change the team. He's been reluctant. Some of these players aren't playing enough minutes. Cedric doesn't play enough minutes. Rob Holding doesn't play enough minutes. Tavares has been in and out of the team. Lokonga's hardly played. Patino, of course, it was his debut. We'll let him off. Nketiah doesn't play enough. You can't expect any player to suddenly come into a high-intensity FA Cup tie away at a difficult ground and expect them to suddenly come and hit the ground running and be in tune with it all. You've got to expect they can't do that. You know, they need to play more minutes. That they're ready when they're needed in games like this. So yeah, that's something that Arteta's got to look at. He can't pick the same 11 every week in the Premier League and expect these players to be able to play when he needs them in the cup games. You know, we may only have 2 cup games left. The 2 games against Liverpool, and then that'll be season over and done with in terms of trophies. And then it will just be the top 4 to fight for if we can come out of that, of course, by finishing in the top 4. Then I'm sure nobody will be too disappointed with the season overall. But the 2 cups this season to me was so massively important because without Europe, that was what we needed to focus on. You know, we were in the semi-finals of one. And we had an opportunity in the FA Cup to get through in a game against the Championship side, and we've blown it again, second year running, and it is massively disappointing. The performance was poor. That second half was dreadful, and yeah, unfortunately, we've gone out of the cup, and the season is starting to unravel. It could unravel quite quickly if we lose to Liverpool and get knocked out. We then lose to Spurs away next weekend, and even the top 4 is going to be looking even more difficult, isn't it? So it's been a bad day actually, a really bad day. Rajendra says there, Eddie was poor. He was. Rajendra also says the players were. Oh, we said that one, didn't we? Yeah, corners were awful. Now the corners were bloody awful. Yeah. Shane says Liverpool and Spurs games are huge now. We need to get Wijnaldum and striker this week. We need somebody. We need something because you can see clearly the squad depth isn't strong enough. The first 11, as we've seen in the Premier League, has been good, but the squad depth isn't, is it? When we're missing 2 or 3 players, we really do struggle. Tom says there, it's a shame, right? He didn't lace his boots up instead of commentating for ITV. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how fit right he is, but I'm sure he would have caused more of a problem to the Nottingham Forest defence than any of our attacking players did today. That's for sure. But yeah, you could see what we were lacking. I mean, they brought on Lewis Grabban, a lot of experience. And what does he do? He gets himself in the right areas to get goals, doesn't he? And he got himself a goal. You know, Lacazette had an opportunity where a ball come across. He wasn't there because he's not prepared to put himself in those areas. Lewis Grabban was, and he got himself the winning goal. And that's something we need to look at as well. We've got to get players into the box, especially at the end there. We were losing 1-0. Lacazette's got to be breaking his neck to get in that box and get on the end of that, and he didn't. And ultimately, we've got knocked out of the cup, as Phil rightly said, with a whimper. That was bad. Dako, there you do, mate. Again, he says, damn, today was awful for us Arsenal fans. 2 games lost in just 3 hours. Yeah, no goals scored either. Really disappointing. I've got my little goal graphics and everything, haven't I? You know, wasn't able to use it today. I'll do one now just for a laugh. But yeah, couldn't use them today in 2 games. What were the chances of that? Really, really poor. General says, yeah, we could now be out of both cups. The other teams know how to deal with us. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure we'll have a slightly stronger starting 11 at Liverpool on Thursday. You've got to wonder how seriously Liverpool are going to take this game, actually, because they've got the Champions League still to come. They'll still believe they're in the title race. Will they rest a few players on Thursday? Maybe. But even so, we have still got to be better than this. Certainly, we have to be a lot better than this if we're not going to come away from Anfield with a defeat that could make the second leg really, really difficult. But yeah, we could well be out of both cups within the next 10 days. And if we lose to Tottenham, we could be out of the top 4 as well. So yeah, this is a really big a big week now coming up for Arsenal. It was a big week started today, and unfortunately we haven't made the most of it. Adeko says there, what was wrong with the second half? Worse than the first? Oh, it's much worse than the first half. I thought the first half we had an element of control in the game. We didn't look like scoring necessarily, but we had an element of control. We kept the ball. We didn't create too many chances, but Forest didn't either. But in the second half, I don't know. We just didn't really create anything at all. And Forest always looked dangerous, and they deserved to win. Yes, we had players missing and stuff like that. But it's an excuse, isn't it? We should have a big enough squad to be able to cope. And that was poor tonight. That was as poor as we've played for a long, long time, actually. And yeah, it's just not really good enough. Not really good enough at all. Eddie had a few chances. They're showing a couple of them now. Didn't hit the target once. Really disappointing. Adeko says there, as we said before, 0 shots on target. Yeah, you're not going to win an FA Cup tie if you have 0 shots on target, are you? Quite honestly. We've got Stu in the chat there. He said, I said it when White signed, he was constantly troubled by kick and chase championship teams with Leeds, Preston, Wigan, Millwall, etc. The guy can't defend. And that's the Seagull squadron. I mean, I get your point, actually. He's very good with the ball at his feet. He's very good at bringing it out of defence. Is he a really good one-on-one defender when it's a physical challenge? I'm not sure if he is. We've noticed that already this season a few times. Today he was all right, but he wasn't brilliant, was he? For 50 million, you'd expect maybe more. Vijandra says there, they are serious as they got their game rescheduled. Well, yeah, I mean... Yeah, I suppose they are serious, but they've got a few players out of the African Cup of Nations, as we know. But ultimately, we'll have to see what team we put out Thursday, what team they put out. Oh, we can't have excuses. We've just got to go there, play a lot better than today, and hopefully we can get some sort of result to take back to the Emirates for the second leg, give ourselves a chance of getting to Wembley. I think that's massively important to put this behind us. And if we do that, on Thursday, then it'll put this disappointment behind us, I suppose. Tom says, yeah, well done putting in a double shift, a double stint today, Rich. Shame about the outcomes and performance in both. Yeah, it was. I was looking forward to today because, we haven't had many games, have we, for a while. We had a postponement. The Arsenal women haven't played for a while. I was looking forward to getting some watch-alongs done, watching Arsenal play again, and it's just not really gone how we anticipated. We thought Arsenal women would beat Birmingham. We hoped the men could beat Forest as well, and we've lost both games without scoring. So yeah, it's been a long day. It's 7:15. I've pretty much been on air since about 2:00, minus a little break in between. But yeah, it's been a long stint. It's going to be a long stint next Sunday as well. So yeah, disappointing, but I say, well played, Nottingham Forest. I want to give them credit. They deserve to win that game. It's just so disappointing from our point of view. Deco says there may be something wrong eaten by both Arsenal players, men and women at our faculty. Maybe we'll see. I'm not sure. Maybe COVID. Maybe Tom says, I hope we turn it around next Sunday. Well, next Sunday's a game we've got to turn it around in, isn't it? Because that's a big game, that as well. Sam says there, we can always use the excuse they're a young team every time we lose. Well, Nottingham Forest were a young team today, and look at the performance they produced. Stu says there, I agree. Another Gabriel signing would have worked. Back four doesn't need to cost an arm and a leg. Look at Lauren, Colo, Campbell, and Cole. That cost less than a 9 million, even with inflation. Now it was, yeah. I mean, obviously, we got Colo, Troy, Lauren cheap, Campbell on a free, and Ashley Cole came through our youth academy, didn't he? So yeah. Daniel says, will Xhaka be available? I'm not sure. I think he's got a bit of an injury. I think he was rested today. Tommy Asu as well could come back in Thursday. Bearing in mind, we've got a North London derby Sunday, so we need to keep players fit for that as well. So it's a bit of a juggling act, isn't it, this week? But we need to bounce back. Reaching Wembley in a League Cup would be a massive statement, and it would put this very much behind us. But if we go out of this cup as well, that'll be out of both cups within a week or so. And if we do lose to Spurs, then suddenly the season is going to slip away from us, isn't it? So it's massively important that we do bounce back. We'll see what team selection is picked on Thursday and go from there. But yeah, disappointing today. Really, really disappointed with that performance from Arsenal. Sam says there, this coach doesn't cut it. The club have marketed him so much, they're in too deep to second. No, you're right. They've backed him in the market as well. I've always had doubts about Arteta. I've been happy over the last few weeks. We've been playing some good football. We played really well against Manchester City. Ultimately, is he good enough to take the club forward to where we need to be? I'm not convinced he is. I've got to be honest. If we can manage to get us in the top four this season and win the League Cup, that's a decent season. We'd all be happy with that, and he deserves the opportunity to go on. If we finish outside the top four, if we finish outside a European place, and we don't win the League Cup, then I don't know. I wouldn't be too disappointed if he moved on, but we'll see. Joel says there, our defence is nowhere near as strong as normal. Forest lucky to play such a weakened Arsenal team. They had one or two players missing as well. They had a couple of debutants today as well. So let's not use that as an excuse. They didn't have their full team out either, and they're a championship team. They're ninth in the championship. We should be beating a team like this, whatever Arsenal team we put out, which wasn't good enough tonight. Ultimately, Adeko says there, I don't feel confident into the semi. Well, no, I don't now. I did until today because we've been playing well. Liverpool are more ready for the game. By looking at this performance. Well, yeah, I mean, Liverpool got that game called off the other night because maybe they were in the similar state that we're in today. Maybe they knew that sort of performance that they were going to produce. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. It's difficult to say, isn't it? But that was as poor an Arsenal performance as we've produced for a long time, actually. We've been playing pretty well lately, probably since Everton. And that was only a month ago, let's remember. So, Sam says there, good stream again. Hope you all the best on this channel. You deserve it with your top quality content. You're very much appreciated. Oh, thank you very much, Sam. Thanks for your support, mate. I hope you've subscribed. Please give it a like as well. And yeah, thanks for your comments. I'm hoping to keep growing the channel. I'm getting closer to the 1,000 subscribers that I want to take it to the next level. So, but your support is always appreciated, as it indeed with everybody else as well. Tom says there, catch me in a week, mate. Going to go and sort stuff out for next week. Yeah, can't wait for work tomorrow. Spurs and West Ham everywhere. Just cannot wait. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Luckily for me, I'm working from home at the moment, like full time. So I'll be back in the office probably in a while. But at the moment, I'm working from home, so I'm not going to get any grief in the office tomorrow. I'll probably get a few messages from a few people, I would expect. But yeah, I've got it easy at the minute working from home. I don't get any grief from anybody, which is nice. Udako says there, if we didn't win any cup, I expect only top four. I said, no, you're right, and I agree. If we get knocked out of the semi-final on Thursday or next Thursday when the second leg is, then we've got to finish top four, realistically, win the position that we're in. And if we don't, if we finish top six and get Europe, I suppose it's progression from last season, not in Europe this year. I guess that's progress, not as much progress as 150 million that we spent probably warrants, but it is going to be progress, I suppose. But there's a big few games coming up now for Arteta and this team to really show where this season is going to go. It's going to go one of two ways, isn't it? Either we are going to get to the final, push on in the league, or it's going to go the other way. and yeah, who knows where that's going to leave us. But the January window's open. Let's not forget, it's not too late to get some players in. Mark says there, a lot of fans have been asking us to sign a striker. I think we need to sign 2 or 3, possibly. We've got no options up there. What I'd give to have Vlahovic and a striker with Giroud's attributes. Yeah, I mean, I quite like Ivan Toney at Brentford. I've said this before. Vlahovic seems to be the one that we're going for. I think he looks a good player. What I've seen of him, I'm not seeing an awful lot of him, but he seems a physical presence as well. He could well help us. We need some more bodies in midfield as well. You could see today, young Charlie Patino tried, but he's not going to be the answer at the moment, is he? In the future, he may be. Lokonga as well looks a little bit out of his depth. So I think we need some strength in midfield as well, and possibly in defence. I mean, Gabriel is out at the suspension at the moment, and we saw how much we missed him today. We've missed him when he's not played. He missed those first 3 games of the season, and we conceded 9 goals. So that's a problem as well. So we are still, I think, 3 or 4 players short of having enough strength in depth to be able to consider ourselves a top 4 challenger. I just think our first 11 is good enough for the top 4, possibly this season, but the backup players aren't, and you can't rely on 11 players that we've seen. And yeah, we need some backups. Let's get some in January. There's still a few weeks to go. We need to be busy. We need to get a couple in, give us that extra push to get into the top 4. We can see where the weaknesses are in the squad, and it needs to be sorted out. We've got the opportunity to do it now. Mark C says there, the Sambi Patino combo today in the centre just didn't. Well, no, it didn't. Too inexperienced. I mean, I felt a bit sorry for Charlie Patino. I thought at times he looked neat and tidy with the ball, but he did run out of steam a bit in the second half, didn't he? Hideko says they're both their right back and left back were good. Yeah, they were. They were able to hold Saka and Martinelli. What do you think? No, they were. They were. Their right back was absolutely brilliant. Spence, his name is. Fantastic performance from him. I'd side him tomorrow. He looked brilliant, didn't he? He's put himself in the shop window. I'm sure he's going to get a few offers coming in for some bigger teams. No disrespect to Nottingham Forest, but I'm pretty sure they will, because he produced a fantastic performance there. So, yeah, they were good, their 2 fullbacks. But they were better than us in most areas of the pitch today. They really were. They deserve to win. And we can't really say anything more about it, really. We just need to push this to one side now. Focus on this big week. We've got 3 big games: Liverpool, Tottenham, and Liverpool in the space of the next 10 days or so. We need to be better, and we need to get results in those 3 games. Get to Wembley, keep ourselves in the top 4. And there you go. Mark C says, but there you go. We experiment. Well, we did experiment a little bit. We didn't have a lot of options, really, did we? That's the problem. With Partey at the African Cup of Nations, with Xhaka out, we haven't got the options, have we? El Neni at the Cup of Nations as well, the African Cup of Nations. So, yeah, very short of numbers in midfield. That needs to be looked at. Defensively, we look weak, and we need a striker or 2, as Mark rightly says. So yeah, a lot of work to do actually now in this window. Perhaps we've done a lot of work already. A lot more needs to be done. It shows how far off we are. We can't just rely on new signings though. We've got to be better. We've got to be better. We've got to be better structured, and we've got to set ourselves up better. We've got to be more difficult to beat anyway, regardless of who's player. We've got to be better coached, I believe. But ultimately, that's done now. We're out of the FA Cup. We can forget that again. Last season was disappointing. Today's disappointing as well. Someone else is going to win our cup. I look at it on our cup. It is our cup, and someone else is going to win it this year. We'll have to see what happens with that. So, but we are out. Very disappointingly. Adako says Sambi always make a mistake giving the ball away in the middle, and caused us to concede. Can't remember which game he did the same mistake. Yeah, I know which game you mean. Similar, wasn't it? He gave the ball away, we lost the ball and they scored. Yeah, can't remember which game that was actually. Not sure. Was it Man United? Maybe. Anyway, I can't remember. But anyway, you're right. I remember that as well. So yeah, disappointing, but what can we do? It's been a disappointing day. It's been a long day on the channel. I thank all you guys who stuck with it both games. Nice to see you in the chat, and thanks for your support and your company. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 shows, even though we didn't get the best results, did we, that we wanted today at all. Very, very poor performances from both the men and the women. Not expecting that at all. I've got to be honest, coming into this weekend, I was expecting to see some good football today and some good goals and 2 good wins. But in the end, we've lost 2 games without scoring. We've gone out of the FA Cup. We've lost our unbeaten run in the WSL. Very, very disappointing day. But we'll be back we'll bounce back. We're back another day. Coming up on the channel, then there is going to be some good stuff this week to look forward to. Tuesday, of course, it'll be the Tuesday clinic. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow. Tuesday will be the Tuesday clinic where we'll look back on this really, really terrible performance, see what the guys made of it. We will then be live on Thursday for the Watchalong against Liverpool, of course, at Anfield. And then on Friday, we'll have the Arsenal Women's Show. We'll be looking back at the Birmingham game. We'll be looking ahead to the Reading game, seeing any transfers in. Lots to talk about on the women's side on Friday. And then, of course, on Sunday, there'll be 2 watch-alongs, the Arsenal women against Reading, and also as well the North London derby, of course, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That'll be coming up next Sunday. I'll probably try actually to get a Tottenham fan on maybe Saturday to do an opposition view show as well. So those coming up again on the channel this week. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Please give it a like before you leave. Shane says, thanks. The only positive is we might not see some of these players again. See you next stream. Yeah, thanks, Shane. Thank you for your support. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Odako says, year 2022 started with 3 losses. Could it be 5 losses? But let's please don't say that. Let's hope not. Let's hope it's not 5 losses. We definitely don't want that, do we? But yeah, not much to be too excited about today. I'll take that off the screen now because it's actually doing my head in. So thank you very much to all you guys for your support today. Watching, it's been a long old day to see no goals scored by Arsenal. So, but anyway, it is what it is. We're out of the FA Cup. Very, very, very frustrating. I'm so disappointed with that. And yeah, we look forward now to Thursday Cup semi-final. Exciting moment as a Cup semi-final, but we need to be better, don't we? Another tough game. So, but yeah, that's that. Then it finished Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0. Really poor Arsenal performance. Not one shot on target in 90 minutes. Nottingham Forest fully deserved to win. It was Lewis Graben, their substitute, their captain, came on in the second half, got the goal. 8 minutes from time, a good goal it was as well. We lost the ball in midfield through Samuel Lokonga. A good cross from the far side, the right from Ryan Yates, and Lewis Graben got in between Cedric and Ben White to slide the ball home from about 6 yards, and that was that. Without the cup, we didn't create anything. Really, really poor. Mark says their best player today, Leno. That tells us so. Absolutely right. I gave Leno man of the match today. I thought he had a good performance, made some good saves, couldn't do anything about the goal, and looked pretty decent all round. So yeah, he was our best player today. And yeah, that does kind of say it all. But let's remember, Aaron Ramsdale's been our best player in many games this season. We've managed to get away with some of them and got victories. We've got the odd goal here and there. So, you know, that to me goes to show where we are. You know, when your goalkeeper's man of the match as often as ours is, to me, that's not a good sign, is it? You know, it's good for the goalkeepers. They're playing well, but they shouldn't be that busy, should they? And unfortunately, they've been too busy too often. Adako says, which one you prefer, win on Spurs or Liverpool? Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Bearing in mind, the Liverpool game is over 2 legs. I mean, if we go through to the final, we could do so: lose one and draw one, lose one and win one, possibly still go through on aggregate, or draw one and win one, or draw both and go through on penalties or something. So, whereas it's Spurs, oh, that is a tricky one, isn't it? I'd love us to go to Wembley in the League Cup. We haven't won the League Cup enough. We haven't been in the final very often either. So, yeah, I would love us to win against Liverpool and go through, but at the expense of beating Tottenham, I don't know. I really don't know. That is so tough, isn't it? Mark says, yeah, win over Spurs. Yeah, I can understand that. And obviously I want us to beat Spurs, but a semi-final, getting to Wembley, I don't know. It's difficult. I want to. Can we not have both? Can we not win the semi-final and also beat Spurs? Can we not do that? Because that's what I want. But I don't want to pick one or the other because I want to win them both. And I don't think we need to sacrifice one. I think we should be good enough to be able to get both. If we've got a full team playing, we've got all the strongest team we've got available. We're up for it. We play well. We've got a chance. Hideko says, lost to Spurs mean we're far away from top 4. They are already ahead by 5 points. No, they're not. We're still ahead of Spurs, aren't we? I'm sure we're still ahead of Spurs in the league. Even if we lose to them. And let me just double check the situation in the Premier League. Actually, we've got 35 points. Tottenham have got 33, but they do have 2 games in hand. Oh, I see what you mean. You're looking at them winning their 2 games in hand, yeah, and then beating us. Yeah, let's just hope that doesn't happen. But they've still got to win their games in hand. Let's not forget they've been a bit inconsistent, but Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? I don't. I want to get to Wembley because it's fantastic getting to a cup final, but equally I want to beat Spurs as well. So I can't choose. I'm sorry, um, but let's hope we can win them all, win the next 3 games, and then the season's back on track, and we'll soon forget about this disappointment. You know, it is the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup, and it's brought us a lot of joy, but we're out now, and we have to move on. We've got big games to come, and we've got to get the results that we need. So yeah, disappointing today, really, really disappointing. But anyway, there you go. Mark C says, let's hope Edu is busy tonight. Well, let's hope he's busy for the next few weeks. Don't forget the transfer window is open for another 3 weeks yet. Let's hope that he's busy the next 3 weeks. He can put some things in place that we can get some players that we need, and we can move on and improve, and hopefully get better. And then who knows? Daco says, because we play 2 games in 3 days, very tight. No, it is very tight. I agree. It is going to be very difficult, isn't it? But you never know. Let's hope. Let's hope that we can do it. We can get a decent result on Thursday, beat Spurs, and then finish the job next week against Liverpool, and get to the final, and then that'll keep the season alive. But yeah, it's been disappointing today. But yeah, I think I need a cup of tea to get over it and reflect. And then I'll be back on Tuesday with a Tuesday clinic, chatting to the guys. I'm sure they'll all have a lot to say about this game and the big week that we got coming up as well. So that'll be Tuesday, 8 o'clock. So please join us for that. And then I say the watch along Thursday against Liverpool, the women's show on Friday, and then Sunday a double watch along, of course, a really big double watch along as well. The Arsenal women against Reading, and then Tottenham against Arsenal, the big North London derby. So please stay tuned for that. Please like the show before you go. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you all for watching. Mark says, looking forward to Tuesday. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be an interesting show on Tuesday. I'm sure the guys have a lot to say about today's performance and the big week. So that'll be good. So yeah, thanks to all you guys for watching. Thanks for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, later on tonight on the channel, I'll be putting together the vlog from the Arsenal women's game that Matt's put together for me. I hopefully will get that out tonight as well if I get a chance. In fact, I think he's sent me all the clips now. I know he hasn't. He's just finishing the other one. Right, but yeah, well, I'll get that up later on tonight, hopefully. So look out for that. Otherwise, it'll be on there tomorrow. And in the meantime, of course, disappointing day. Arsenal women lost 2-0. First defeat of the season in the WSL. Arsenal men have just been knocked out of the FA Cup, 1-0 at Nottingham Forest. Really, really poor day, really poor performance. And I just want to go and have a lie down. And that's that. So, yeah, join me Tuesday, obviously, for the Tuesday clinic. I'll be live then. Try and enjoy the rest of the weekend, what's left of it, and have a good couple of days. I'll see you Tuesday night for the Tuesday clinic. In the meantime, of course, as always, come on, you Gunners, come on. Please be a better week, because that was poor.